God damn it. Why the fuck do you guys do this to me? What's up, everybody? We're here. We're back. It's session 30. We've been officially done now to 30 sessions on the stream. We've done a few one-shots on the side, but this is our 30th campaign game. It's kind of exciting. Kind of big deal. We've figured it would have been more in the last year and a half, but then you figure we were splitting with Vampire. Either way, it's a pretty cool day. We're pretty stoked on it. Thank you, everyone, for being here. As usual, we got the crew. Y'all know everyone. Couple quick announcements. What up? I'm going to be kind of reducing the stream schedule for the next little bit while I deal with moving. D&D is going to be like consistently still going, but the Tuesdays and Thursdays kind of up in the air while I'm dealing with all of that. But for the most part, come like mid-March, end of April, I'm hoping to be back to like full-time doing the shit. Other than that, don't really have anything new. Going back to the normal rotation tomorrow. Probably going to be playing some GoldenEye or Jade Empire, something older. And then, you know, back to the usual. What about you? How's Corp? You got anything going on you want to tell the people about? As you come back into the atmosphere from your trip to outer space, apparently.
No, it's a secret. You can't know about it.
Cool. Cool, yeah. Secret promotions. We love to see that. When do we know when the secret's happening?
No, I don't know when the secret's happening. Okay, I'm working on it, though.
Cool. Well, we're really excited. Really excited to see whatever that might be.
It's gonna be...
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be...
It's gonna be...
Sweet. Cool. It just awkwardly stares into nothingness. So, that's about it. Nothing really new going on now. Once I move, I'm gonna be trying to maybe run like an in-person one-shot or two on the stream live. I don't know how that's gonna go. We'll figure that shit out. But other than that, there's nothing really new. So, quick recap from where we left off last session. The party spent some time just doing their own thing. They had a couple weeks of downtime in which Stanislav found his religion and, you know, pledged faith to Torm, god of courage and self-sacrifice, choosing himself a new paladin oath. Not so much breaking his previous one, it's kind of just growing into a more faithful and religious figure. Mantuka spent some time in the fighting pits, very decisively, 3 for 3.
Some dicks off.
Beating some dicks off, both hands. 3-0, wins the Bronze Division belt. Currently the champion there. Maybe you'll have a challenger sometime. Who knows? People seemed pretty intimidated. And then we have little Gregory, who spent most of his time doing just menial fucking labor, digging latrine pits, helping improve the moat around the garrison and the kind of the keep inside, making a new friend with, and we're just gonna go with unnamed guardsman because I can't fucking remember that for the, there you go, look at you go, just building shit, building the world up, one mending mouse at a time. Mr. Maker
looks like demolishing.
Spent most of his time
I can explain.
Yeah, you said you were doing some stuff, so what are you doing?
Well, it's pretty simple. I crawled in my little vent, and then I was holed away in there for a while.
You're a blue
and then
screen.
I went into the vent. This is a physical representation of me going into my vent to work on my inventions for a while, and then I emerged now a chrysalis from the vent back into real life with all my cool new shit.
Fair. I do believe you're also working on some potions for your new little
yeah,
we're not quite tranquilize injecto darts, we'll call them from here on out. So
Go gadget.
pretty simple rules for potion making here.
Didn't I already make them?
Did you already take did you take the money out of your stuff and everything? That's up to you. I don't know what you did. Haven't been looking at your character sheet. All I can tell you is you're trying to make 2 uncommon potions, which is going to take you a week apiece and a total of 200 gold pieces. So, if you haven't marked that off, mark that off already. And go ahead, just while we're at it, roll me an Arcana check.
Okie doke.
This is just for me. This is for Rusty.
Okay. I'll roll myself.
I cast enhance ability.
Okay, 15. Good. In that time, you do manage to make 2 successful brewings of, I believe it was the potion of diminution you're trying to make, or enlarge reduce.
Enlarge reduce.
Yeah. So, we're trying to shrink some people down. You do manage to make 2 doses of it, enough to fill 2 of your darts, which you've managed to make. and you currently have those two loaded up and ready to go at your disposal whenever you feel like so using them. I've sent you the card with all the rules on how that works and what to to do and proceed. So, apart from that, sorry, throat's really dry today. You all enjoyed the, with the exception of Mr. Maker, who was very much busy
in the vent.
in the vent, just apparently just growing into his better self. The rest of the party spent some time enjoying the delights of the Kobold Carnival. However, while you all participated in events, no one really came out on top winning any of the extremely powerful magical items. I do believe we had a winner of the drinking contest at the table, though, if I'm not mistaken. I think that was Mantuka, if I'm not
sure was
not wrong. You have yourself an Amulet of the Drunkard, which you received for winning that contest. Stanislav and Gregory, unfortunately, unable to hold their liquor, at which point the giant fire erupted from the front of the carnival tent, signaling the event, or the main event of the Kobold Carnival, the circus act, if you will. At which point the party went in. Gregory's still a little under the weather from the massive amount of alcohol consumed. Quick lesser restoration from Stanislav quickly turned that around. You all proceeded into the Kobold Carnival, where you were treated to just a fanciful delight of various, adventures and strange stunts being performed by these small reptilian creatures, some of whom, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on why you were there, met their demise during this carnival. Some on being unsuccessful in their attempts to walk a tightrope, manage a spider, and what other various, death-defying things they were attempting. You even watched as one poor helpless kobold was launched from a catapult into just straight into the ring of fire. It didn't even look like they were trying to get him through the ring of fire, just right into it. However, for the first time in the last 3 years, the Kobold Carnival did not burn down. So the night was a success overall. Without any further delay, the party quickly escaping from the potentially flaming tent, though that was managed to avoid. You made your way back to your base of operations, the small, run-down, slightly refurbished, mostly stripped down farmhouse where the party resides in their free time, and where you left Mr. Maker in the basement working on his inventions. In the basement, which I now have to make another map for. Great, cool. And upon entering, found a little bit of a commotion, as there are a number of members of the military, though the branch that you're all working for, the slightly more clandestine group that's being run by Kagon Lastrollo, who, name I completely blanked on at the end of last session last time. Sorry about that. I found where my notes were. That was my bad. Kagon, standing over the severely injured and very much near-death figure of Lynacs, a former ally of the party, member of the Hushroot Tribe, and basically kind of the right-hand man over there, the second in command under the leader, is laying on your table, one arm severed just below the shoulder, and a slash going through his left eye, rendering him completely blind on that side. With his one functioning eye, he looked up at you before just fading into shadow and just passing out from either shock, exhaustion, or pure blood loss, currently laying unconscious and bleeding out on your table. That is where we are going to pick up. What would you all like to do? Kagon is just like, they're trying to stifle the wound. They're like trying to put pressure on the arm and bind it and get it wrapped before anything happens. What are you all doing?
Is the severed arm there?
No.
Or is it just
No,
gone?
the arm is gone.
Okay.
He did not bring it with him. You gather, based on the look of him, there's sand and dust all over him. He has probably traveled a very long way. Not sure if he was in this condition the whole time, but if he was, it's a true testament to his, constitution, even for an elf saying something. Gregory, you have advantage, and I have disadvantage. Thanks, Dick! Thank you. I appreciate it, JT.
Cool.
Hope you're having a good one, buddy.
JT.
Thank you again for joining us last weekend for our little evil one-shot there. That was a wonderful, wonderful time.
It was amazing.
Fire Grim in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, you guys fed the big bad of the campaign shit stew, so.
It was so
Yeah.
good. I laughed so hard.
Yeah, Peter, if you haven't watched the VOD there, just go, I'll send you a highlight reel, but yeah. The words can't describe what went
But
down.
yeah.
I'm very intrigued.
Yeah, no, there's poo in the stew.
I'm noticing
hands.
like a poo kind of vibe. There's like we fought a poo monster and now they're feeding poo. Like, hey DM.
I mean, I didn't
saying.
I didn't feed anybody poo. Okay, like I didn't do that. That's not on
I
me.
did not have sex with that woman.
I did not inhale.
Okay.
So Stanislav.
Yeah, there's
like,
someone
sprints
bleeding
over.
out on the table. His left arm is completely severed. Looks like he was
Sees that
maybe
it's-
raising his shield up and something came down and just kind of took the arm clean off. He's
Sees
out
that
cold.
it's Lynacs and holy shit. He immediately puts his hands on him, focuses, and drops all 50 points of lay on hand.
Okay.
Into him.
You immediately just, as your hands begin to glow and the kind of radiant energy flows from you and into him, you see the blood cease to flow, and like the bandage where you can clearly see the blood just seeping through it does begin to staunch. You're not, while it's covered, you're not sure the extent to the healing is done, but the bleeding is definitely stopped. He does not wake up. It seems he is either based from pure exhaustion or, again, sheer shock. He is out. But breathing and stable and alive.
Is there anybody else around that's like recognizable?
Just him. Kegon, as well, the individual who initially hired you and introduced you to Mantuka, is there, as well as someone who appears to be some kind of physician. Not quite like a not quite a doctor, more like a trauma medic almost, that you'd find like in the military. Someone whose job it is to like patch someone up enough that they can get moved to a doctor kind of deal. Looks like maybe he traveled with them based on the way he's looking as well, or at least was on the road with them for some time.
I'm gonna like kind of shuffle over to them and just dead-eye, just what happened?
We don't know. He was found like this on the road, unconscious. Our friend here brought him to us.
Huh?
He's not looking good. But he seems to be alive.
Hopefully with Idristad can help stabilize him and he can rest until he's better.
Well, it seems like he's doing better, but doesn't look good. We don't know where he's come from, we don't know what he was doing, but clearly he saw battle and was not successful. You have relations with this man, you know him well.
Hmm. Well,
Yes.
Good. He should be here when he wakes up. I need answers, and he's in no condition to give them to me.
yeah,
Okay.
right.
I'll be back. What's up?
Occasionally during this interaction, you just hear an inconsistent, like, metal thump. Just every so often.
Pink. Okay.
Thump.
Okay. What is the metal thump?
Oh, it's me crawling through the vents downstairs.
Jesus Christ. Fair enough.
have
Yeah, I
a
guess you
friend.
weren't up here, so you're not really aware of what's happening right now.
No, I'm just,
All right,
I'm
well-
still working down in the vents.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like
No one's
Gently-
informed Mr. Maker of what's happening upstairs. Yeah, because it
I'm gonna,
looks
like,
like he
gently
just got
pick
here
him up.
based on the amount of blood on the floor. Like, it's a lot, but it's fresh. Looks like he's been here probably maybe the last 20 minutes or so.
I'm gonna like pick him up gently and bring him to a bedroom. Put him in a bed.
Follow.
Yeah,
Right
so
behind.
you guys know you've spent a couple nights here. There's this kind of back room on the main floor here that basically has like 3 bedrolls and 2 wooden cots set up. Nothing fancy. This is literally like a way house for people to just sleep and then continue out on their missions and stuff. But
I'm gonna take out my
You do
nice
fine.
bedroll and
Mhm.
I'm gonna like set him on one of the cots for just a sec. Take out my nice bedroll and put it on one of the wooden cots, and then
Mhm.
put him on that.
Okay. He is still like, the bleeding has mostly stopped. There's a little bit still seeping through the bandage that is just soaked into it, so your bedroll's gonna get a little
Alright.
messy. But he does seem to be
Not a shit.
resting peacefully again. Like the deep gash over his eyes, kind of long, very blondish hair is just kind of like matted to him, covered in kind of this mix of dust and dirt that looks like it's just a combination of sweat has turned it to this kind of clay-like mud substance. It's looking really bad.
Does he have anything on him? Like,
He's
in
still wearing-
particular, like a note or something.
No, Roll me an investigation check if you want. He doesn't really have anything on his persons that you can tell, but...
I just want to see if I can figure out, like, what the fuck he was doing.
As far as you can tell, looks like he was on the road for some time. There's not really any other evidence beyond what you see. He does appear to be resting peacefully, though. You've dealt with wounds like this before, fighting in the arena and your time in battle. Sometimes rest is truly needed after that kind of thing. So you gather he will awaken. You're just not sure how long.
Stanislav's definitely going to spend the night just sitting in there.
Yeah, Gregory this whole time has just been like wordlessly watching Stan kind of going. He finally just tugs on the side of him and, can I help somehow?
I think he just needs rest for now. I mean, I trust your judgment if you think there's anything you can do to help him.
You can come help me clean up the blood, you tit.
Right. I go to the door frame. I turn around and just look at Stan. Is he gonna be are we gonna be okay?
We'll be all good, buddy.
Okay. Coming and help with the blood.
Put him.
For fuck's sake!
What was that?
You guys are all remember that you left Mr. Maker in the basement. It appears like the commotion above has not disturbed him, though something down there seemingly has.
Mr. Mantu, I'll be right there. 1 second. I just rush downstairs. I'm pulling out a bug candy in both hands.
What do they see when they get down there, Mister? You've kind of turned this you've basically turned this into your de facto workshop. What do they witness when they come down into this space?
So a lot of just half put together body parts. They aren't real body parts. They're just like
robot arms, torsos,
robot
legs.
arms, a couple of broken down heads, just a few automaton shits. But then you see in the background a nice, gleaming, shiny vent cover. That's the real eye turner here.
You get a big shiny vent cover behind which you just hear ping, ping. The sound just recurring.
Mr. Maker, are you back there? Hello?
I do not hear it.
Why are there so many arms?
You see the torso of like an half-finished automaton just staring at you from a corner.
Hello?
It's got a name's intern's face on it, but the eyebrows are just stuck in an angry position at all times.
As soon as Gregory lets out that last hello, immediately in front of your face is a tiny version of me, flying with wings, just staring you right in the face, blinking occasionally.
Mr. Maker?
And then flutters off into the vents.
Where am I? I look down at the candy and just I'm just gonna put this down on the floor.
I pop out of the vent.
Ah!
Do you have a vent? Fuck. Do you have a vent? Sorry.
Do you have a vent? You're full size, yeah. So like full size Mr. Maker now pops out where the tiny one just flew out.
You have a wrench?
No.
Size 16.
Size
Not
what?
in that box? Not in that box?
No, I have it. Oh. Wow.
Fuck, hold on.
This bit is just, it's going places. Sandy's just eating a snack upstairs. Just getting a power bar in. Mantuka's just scrubbing blood on the floor.
Gregory, I got some fucking clean it myself, you idiot.
I think I wandered into the Fey realm. I'm sorry.
Fucking useless.
Okay. I'm just gonna go over to the vent and pop it up and just, you coming out there, buddy, or?
What? I'm busy.
Okay.
Something going on?
Yeah, a friend, a colleague. There's somebody bleeding upstairs, but I think it's mostly dealt with.
Bleeding, and then it immediately runs out of the vent.
Ah! The candy on the floor is for you. Okay, let's go.
I want to grab one of the arms. Can I grab one of the arms?
Sure, they're your arms. You made them.
Perfect.
Do with them whatever you will. Yeah, no, always say yes.
arms.
We're saying yes tonight. You have one of your robot arms. You're just holding it. It's kind of bending at the
I'm
elbow and the
Put up
wrist.
your ass.
Just kind of floppily hanging, and you can like whip it around a little bit if you need to.
I'm also gonna grab another leg as well. Just
Okay,
in
so you're
case.
dual wielding now. You have a floppy arm and a
Yeah.
floppy leg. in
I'm
your
holding
hands.
them
Cool.
under my arms.
I chase him out, stop at the door, and as I get there, I just stop to one of the hands and then kindly shake it and just thank you for your time.
You guys make your way upstairs, and you find now the kitchen's been cleared out as the body's been moved to the bedroom, but you find Kegon, your patron, or the guy who hired you, kind of pacing now, and he looks angry is not the word, because he's always very reserved and calm in his motions and how he handles things, but he's perturbed, disturbed, maybe, just anxious, perhaps is the word. Looks like he's thinking very hard about not even. He's just, you can tell there's probably a million plans a minute running through his head, and he's figuring out which one is the best way forward. He's kind of pacing.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing?
I want to go to the body.
Okay.
It's upstairs. Or it's there.
Yeah, you go into the side room and you find Stanislav just sitting next to a cot looking over this severely injured individual who has just got bloody rags covering up like a stump of an arm and a gash just across his face. Several other wounds. He's wearing like the scraps of his armor, which have been mostly cleaved, and you can see where the chainmail's fallen apart. He's looking pretty shitty.
It looks terrible, but Mr. Maker kind of looks past it, goes over to the arm, and just like starts like kind of measuring the arm he grabbed up against the side of his body.
Stanislav grabs your arm. What are you doing?
I'm just seeing about a replacement. That's all. I've been trying to dip my toe into some fun new armor. I don't know.
Oh, that's nice. I say from the door.
Okay, but we just got him here. Can you do this in the morning? Let him rest.
Okay. I go back to the vent.
Roll me a sleight of hand check real quick, please.
Okay.
Cool. Roll me a dex, just a straight dexterity, please, Stanislav.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoops.
This is basically, as you're like doing it, is did you manage to flash it out enough to get it? He just beat it. So you do manage to catch him. You don't get the measurement you were looking for, unfortunately. You will have to come back later. Just to see if you could whip out the tape measure fast enough and get a quick reading on it. You were just a second up. Like one of those like wardrobe ones that like just...
Whipcrack.mp3.
There you go. You do make your way back down into the vents where you can continue to work whatever strange, mysterious thing you have going on there. You walk past Mantuka, who is just scrubbing blood out of the wooden floor.
Probably stripping the varnish.
Yeah.
Get off my clay floors! What varnish? It's a dilapidated house.
That's true. It's a fancy dilapidated.
But it's our dilapidated floors.
The doctor's just kind of hushedly talking to Kegon about... you can't really hear. He's kind of whispering it, and you pick up a couple words, more or less explaining where he found this individual. But they're very much caught up in conversation. What are the rest of you doing? What's the plan? Yeah, what's up?
I would like to intimidate them into cleaning with me. If you have time to clean, you have time to clean.
Okay, roll me an intimidation check, please.
I hope this goes well.
Use your strength as a modifier if you're being physically imposing about it.
Use my strength as a modifier. That is a modifier. Okay, so +4.
Yeah, so it's like Dwayne The Rock Johnson could be the least
So
charismatic
10?
son of a bitch on the planet, but if he walked up and tried to intimidate me, I would still be scared shitless of him, charisma or no. Like,
yeah, so that's 10 with the +4 charisma boost.
okay, a couple of like the lower end like guards that were here, kind of attending and keeping an eye out, just kind of look at each other and they kind of look at Kegon, who's very distracted. And he just kind of waves his hand at them, like, get to work, and they just come down and start grab a brush and start helping you scrub the blood out of the floor, mixing in a little sand to make sure people aren't slipping around on it and scrubbing it up.
That's good protocol.
Use your elbows.
Wow. Okay, fair enough.
Put your backs into it.
They just
Scrub better.
they start scrubbing a little harder. They're a little intimidated. Seems like
Lateral scrub.
At a certain point during this, Kegon just turns. Like I said, I'll be back. You should be here when he wakes up. I won't be long. But we need answers. Maybe you can get some from him when he comes around. And he just walks right out the door. His kind of long coat just whips out behind him. And the door just slams behind him as he just makes his way down the path.
Stanislav's just going to sit next to
Just for the rest of the night?
Lynacs for the rest of the night. Probably fall asleep where he is.
Yeah, you guys did the whole carnival. That kind of ended the evening anyway, so it was getting a little late. So, if y'all want, you can tuck in for a long rest, unless anyone has any further business they would like to get over tonight.
I'm gonna cast a new spell.
Sure. What you casted?
Cast alarm.
Okay. Where you setting your alarm. Describe how you set your alarm.
Oh, this spell. I like this spell. This one's fun.
Alarm's great. It's a really, really handy like spell, especially at low level, like camping stuff, for sure.
It's first level? What?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. All it takes is a piece of string.
Bitch.
Piece of wire.
Basically, I'm gonna let everyone know that I'm doing this, just in case. But I'm just gonna set it like around the door, and Stanislav kind of just basically does a yoga maneuver. But he as he's doing it, he is tracing the frame of the door, and this golden line appears around the door. That's
okay.
That.
And you said the is that you doing that on the front door or the door to the
the door to the bedroom.
Okay.
And I'll wait until everyone who wants to come and sleep in here is.
I mean, you can designate people that can
okay.
cross through it, or at least that's how I've always done it. So I'm just gonna do that because it'd be like a fucking 7-Eleven door every time someone walks through. You're bing,
bing, bong.
Yeah, so much trauma around that sound, dude. Fuck. It's 6 a.m. rush.
Okay,
Everyone's coming in for their coffee. Bing bong, bing bong. It's the worst, dude.
Bing, bing.
I'll walk up to the front door. I'm just gonna take out a little device, a little black box, and slap it on the door.
Okay. The door just kind of has like a brief flash of arcane energy, and your arcane lock takes. That's pretty cool. I didn't know you had that. Sweet.
I do indeed.
Awesome. Cool.
That's
so
a
the
cool
door.
spell, too.
Yeah, the door is now solidly locked and until dispelled or otherwise broken.
You know what I also have? I cast reduce on myself.
Sure. No problem. And so are you doing this in front of the whole party, I'm guessing? Or is this you're in the vent?
No, this is
action?
as I'm walking to the vent.
Okay, you're making your way back and you shrink down a size smaller, going from a medium creature to a small creature. You are now considered small sized. It makes the vents easier. Yeah, for sure.
Just chasse through the vents now.
I imagine you can work on really small parts better now with your half-size.
Yeah, your
hand.
tiny little dexterous fingers, for sure. What are you doing in the vents? Let's see what's happening here. Everyone else is tucking in. Mantuka, are you doing anything after you finish cleaning blood?
Calling lights and double killing.
What's your plan for the night?
I'm gonna polish
I'm doing
my
wires, man. Calm down.
brass WWE belt that I achieved.
Nice. Yeah, you gotta polish your brass division or your bronze division
Polish
belt.
that
Cool.
up. Make
Yeah, you
that
gotta
shit
pride.
look good.
Cool. Yeah. No, it doesn't take long. You kind of get into the bronze a little bit and give it a little elbow grease and get all the nice wear and tear out of it that's suffered over the last couple days. And the leather, you kind of just give a wipe down with this nice oil. It's looking real good. It's looking real classy. And that's how you spend the rest of your evening. Mr. Maker, what are you doing in the vents while everyone is asleep?
I'm just putting the last few finishing touches on my new little funny additions.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'll explain the funny additions when they become.
I know how you tell me about the stuff before it's relevant. We got this.
Yeah.
We got this. All right. So the night passes without further incident. The door being magically locked. At a certain point during the evening, you do hear the front door like shaking, probably around 2-3 a.m. if anyone's awake. I don't know. Actually, everyone roll me a con save. Let's just see if this wakes you up.
Oh, a save.
Yeah.
That somehow was worse.
That was somehow worse. Okay. So it would definitely wake up everyone who rolled below a 10. You do not manage to sleep through it. You hear, probably around 3 in the morning from downstairs, someone just fucking reaming on the front doors, like just shaking them, trying to get them open. You hear a key in a lock turning. And you just hear the frustrated grunt of someone outside the door going, "The fuck!" You just hear the fucking chains rattling. You recognize the voice as the individual Kekon, the individual who owns this home, who you have just locked outside, returning from his stuff, and you're the only one who wakes up and hears it. So,
all right, buddy, squatters' rights.
I'll go walk up there. I'm gonna walk up to the door. Who is it?
It's Kekon. Let me in. How did you even do this? There's already a lock on the door.
Do you know the password?
The password is, "It's my fucking house. Let me in."
No, legitimately, I forgot the password I set for this. So.
There's
Did somebody tell you?
no one told. Let me in the fucking door.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. I'm just fucking with you. It's pineapple. Come on in.
Why is it pineapple? You just
Swingers
when
only,
would you
baby.
say pineapple while trying to open
pineapple
the door?
and the door.
There you go. Come on in.
He opens the door and comes in. You can see he's quite dusty. Looks like he spent the last few hours like hard riding in the desert for something.
Pull out a lint roller.
I love it.
Thank you.
Pet. And I crawl back to the vents.
I guess I'll tell them about it in the morning. And the last thing you see as you're making your way downstairs is him just going over to like the stew pot that's been sitting on the fire, and just like grabbing himself a bowl of this like lukewarm stew that hasn't really been tended to in the last few hours. Sits down at the table and starts eating just as you disappear.
Oh, that slow simmer though, that'd be.
Oh yeah, no, it was good stew. Like it's solid. It's solid.
Don't eat the poop stew.
Don't eat not the poop stew, dude.
Legend lives on.
So, the following morning, you all awaken. Lynacs is still unconscious, Stanislav, when you wake up. He's breathing comfortably, seems a little less on death's door than the previous evening, but he's still very much down for the count and has not woken up just yet. However, as the rest of you make your way out of the bedroom or up from the basement, wherever you may find yourselves, you find Kekon just kind of sleeping, like, got his arms kind of crossed in one of the kitchen chairs, legs crossed, just eyes closed. Seems to have spent a little bit of time riding hard on the road, and you can see like the dust that's just gathered on his clothes and everything. Hasn't even bothered to clean up. He's just sleeping there with what is now an empty bowl of stew in front of him. He's out. He is out cold. Looks like he just rode through the night and he's now sleeping. What are y'all doing?
Gregory was sleeping outside the door. He was like in a chair, just kind of like curled up in the chair, like something like that. He
Airport
wakes up
style.
when-
Got it.
Oh, good morning, Stan.
Morning, Gregory.
Is he okay? Did he wake up?
No, he's still out like a light. I don't know how
Okay.
long he'll be out like this.
Yeah, me neither. We should go ask.
I see him sitting there in the chair, just
Oh, wow. He just sat down and fell asleep, didn't he? I can't do that.
It comes with being an
good to
old
have.
man. You learn to sleep in
look at his
armchairs.
jacket. So dust free.
This is like a patch. There's like a single rectangle that has no dust on his jacket.
one little patch.
Yeah.
I get up, I just, good morning.
Oh. Good. You're here.
Hi.
This all of you. Where's the creepy one in the basement? Are you coming upstairs, Mr. Maker? Or are you gonna be hanging out in your vents?
He's here.
You come up the stairs? Okay.
Yeah, that's.
Great.
He's coming.
Love we got all the sound effects. Right. So I rode as fast as I could into the Imperium to scout out the area where he was found, and well, The doctor's story checks out.
Well, what's the story?
The way he says it, he was making his way here from Lysia. And was traveling a little into the evening before camping when he found Lynacs on the road, wounded, unconscious, and threw him in his cart and rode straight here. He arrived not long before you did. I couldn't go any further. As I looked, it became clear to me that I was not alone. I was being watched, and I don't like being watched, so came back.
Watching you?
I have a pretty good idea it was the Imperium, yes. Recognize those cloaks anywhere.
Yep, me too.
Something big is happening, I'm not sure what, but our friends in the Hushroot have been hit, as I suspect. Things are progressing a little faster than we had intended.
The Hushroot, right?
I believe you know them well.
I'm like, again, instinctively, I always just go for the. Anytime you mention the name, it's just.
Yeah, Stanislav like pulls down his cloak a little bit, revealing the very distinctive armor pattern.
I thought so.
My brother is one of their members.
We hope. Based on what I could see from where his trail was coming from before I turned around, it seems like he was coming from in the direction of their home base. I can't be sure, but I mean,
it would make sense.
Beginning to have my suspicions. As for the doctor, he seems just a traveler, a traveling physician of some kind, but
Good thing that's who picked them up.
Yeah.
yeah. I'm suspicious, and I'm looking into him, learning what I can, and I'm watching him very closely.
You need help with that?
Oh, we've got it covered. How's our
Alright.
friend?
Alive for now.
We should try to
Alive.
wake him, if we can.
He could really use a hand.
He looks at you. Burps.
Levity is a coping mechanism.
Yeah, we all cope in
Not
different
levity.
ways.
I've got an arm.
Oh,
He could use a hand.
you got a lot of hands.
Yeah, that's right.
Saying it's an action.
Yeah, all right, come
Oh.
on in and
Yeah. So he goes through the door, and you see Lynacs just still there, eyes closed, asleep, one arm crossed over the chest, kind of just like. What do you do?
I wanted to just take measurements.
Yeah,
See
go ahead.
How the arm connects to the bone.
Yep, you like kind of line it up and measure, and you get the length of his other arm to make sure your measurements are accurate. Seems to be. You may get a decent sizing up of what you're looking to replace. Easy enough.
Oh, fuck.
Yep. What do the rest of you do? He's just completely out. Like he's not looking.
Well,
You're a
I
little
can
more
always-
familiar with him than I. Perhaps it should be one of you when he wakes up.
we can try.
I was gonna wait here until he woke up.
Yeah.
Maybe try giving him a little nudge.
Okay.
I go over to him and just like looking over at Stan, and I just kind of put my hands on like the non-hurt side of his body, just very gently kind of get our little ocean movement going.
Avatar moves.
Just starts kind of rocking.
Just
there-
looking at Stan while I'm doing it. Just...
At a certain point, he kind of
I twitched a bit.
he looks up and sees you, the kid,
Stanislav has an expectant look on his face.
and
Or
just the one right eye just looks over and sees Stanislav. I have to say, I'm glad to see you.
Stanislav like moves forward and kneels down at the bed,
He just breathes like
grabs
heavily.
him by the back of his head. It's good to see you. I'm so happy you're alive.
Water. Do you have any?
Yeah. Stanislav goes into his pack, takes out his
Yeah.
water sack thingy.
Kind of give him a drink. You see his lips are just parched, like cracked and bleeding. It looks like he wandered through the desert. And like you could see from where the wound had been bandaged before, it looks like he had tried to patch himself up a little before he was found, just so he could kind of continue traveling. And there's still kind of remnants of that old bandage on there that you've now cleaned up, so you see that, I guess, would probably be off by now. He's definitely very worse for wear. He takes a sip of the water and like kind of like chokes on it a bit and coughs up a little, sputters a little bit.
Oh God, right. It's probably been a long time for you, but let's try this.
Greg opens the box, and then just that little flower petal pops out and just gives him one single berry. And I'm gonna cast Good Berry and give it to him. Try and
eats it with his one good hand. You see the color kind of return to his face a little bit. Where am I? How did I get here?
Just outside of Southwatch, with our place.
Oh.
Base of operations, I guess.
At least I got where I was intending to go. How did I get here?
We were kind of hoping that you could tell us that.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't know what happened after you got attacked, but you know what happened before. Do you remember anything?
We were at the camp. We were at the ruins. You know them, you were there.
Who's we?
All of us, the whole tribe. We were just... We got reports that there had been Imperium scouts in the region, so some of our fighters left, and while they were gone, they came. They descended from the mountains around us, from the canyons, from the paths, every side, every way in, every way out. We were cornered. There's nothing we could do.
No.
The Imperium did this?
Yes. They found us. We knew it was a matter of time, but we didn't think it would be that soon, or with that level of ferocity.
Is anyone else alive? My brother? Okay.
You know as well as I do that the Imperium likes to take prisoners. I don't know if your brother's alive. If he is, I can tell you where he is. I know those that were taken have found their way to the mines, where they all end up. They don't end up in the arena to die on the sands. Feiyas is dead. They killed our leader in front of us as we watched. We fought as long as we could, but, well, he kind of lifts up what's left of his arm. We had no hope. There was no chance. There was nothing we could do. Your brother was there. I don't know if he lived or if he is in chains with the rest of them. I know those who did survive are at the mines. They left me for dead. As you can tell, well, he looks down at just like his severely wounded self. As far as they knew, I was dead. They left me there in the sand to die.
You're gonna make it, though. I'm gonna make sure of that.
I'm not too worried about that anymore. I found what I could. I patched myself up. Not an easy feat. Again, he kind of lifts the bloody stump.
Doesn't look like it was an easy hand either.
You're new. I like you.
You know, no, normally, Mr. Maker, I would say something about that, but Lynacs here would definitely appreciate that shit.
No, that was good. That was a good one. He kind of winces as he turns over.
Well.
Oh yeah, let's not do the moving part of that.
Easy, buddy.
Yeah. Let's get working on changing those bandages. I'm just gonna very quietly go over and just start
roll me a medicine check, please.
I'm gonna cast enhance ability on your. What is it? Intelligence.
Wisdom. Yeah.
So you're at advantage because of the enhance ability. Yeah.
Wonderful. I'll save my one from JTB.
Yep. Save the JT
wonderful.
advantage. 20. Okay. You do, as you're taking the bandages off, you find while he has been healed and he's no longer actively at risk of death, there were...
Oh, wait a second. I can't cast enhance ability. That's
yeah, because you change your paladin oath. Big sad.
Can't do that.
Okay,
Thank you, JTB.
Thank you, JT.
The first roll then, 18.
Now he's gonna use. Do you want to use the JT advantage on that one? Take take the 20?
This is important. This is
Okay,
important.
Okay.
Thank
20
you,
is good.
JJP.
20 is 18 would have passed. 20 is better. You do find what appears to be the starting signs of an infection beginning to grow, and you are able to mitigate that mostly with some of the herbs you carry on yourself, kind of deal with that and stop it from spreading any further. And you gather you have successfully managed to patch him up to the best of your ability and then some from where he was, but it's still gonna have to heal. It's still very fresh looking wound, and while it's no longer bleeding, all of the veins and arteries have closed, it is still pretty raw looking and looks very painful and quite uncomfortable.
Right, right,
See,
right.
while you're doing this medicine check, Mr. Maker is over your shoulder. His glasses kind of look like jeweler's glasses. You know how they have all the different... He's like zoomed in, looking at the fucking... the way the bone sits with the...
Roll me a
flesh.
medicine check as well, please.
Yeah. Pog. Medicine.
Ian, can I use lesser restoration
My
for an
favorite.
infection?
Oh!
Sure.
That was a nat 20.
Poisoned?
Yeah, I would consider.
Hey!
Yeah, I would consider depending on how bad the infection is at the starting, and Gregory mostly dealt with it, so you probably don't even have to worry about it. But if you wanted to, I would say yeah. I would consider an infection some. Yeah, I'll allow it. Fuck it. Damn, Mr. Maker, you managed to successfully figure out where every last vein, artery, tendon, everything that would need to be attached would be attached. Damn, that was a good roll. Let's go.
Oh, Pog.
Healed an STI. Perfect. Well done.
It's like
crawl-
Will Smith's
back
arm
to
in iRobot.
Yeah, a little,
I like
getting
that.
to that point, basically.
That's what
So-
I'm trying.
You're working on it.
Back into the vent.
Back to the vent. Okay, cool. Sounds good. He goes on to just kind of explain that they had seemingly set up some kind of ploy to draw some of the warriors out of camp, and while they were away, just came in and slaughtered whoever were left. And when the scout party returned, they too were put to the sword. Those who survived were taking to... God damn, this is gonna be a fucking... There is a place. I haven't actually had to open this shit in so long. This is cool. I'm excited. Where is my archaeological dig?
Pew 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 pew.
The problem is I don't remember the name of all the shit because it's been so long since I made it.
Lusty Larry.
There you go. Oh wait, hold up. Hey, okay. So you basically, anyone who spent any time in the Imperium would know that the former civilization, the group who lived there before all of this, like many thousands of years ago, were a group of elves known as the Undara, who were seemingly worshippers of the celestial beings themselves. They worshipped the very stars which they walked under, and their whole civilization was based around very I want to say astrology or anything, but the very astronomy based people. They watched the stars, they studied them, they knew everything there was to know about them. Their very being was tied with the heavens. You know
But
that
should actually makes a difference in this world, whereas it doesn't in art.
Truth.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. No, you're probably completely correct on that one. Anyway, weather check. Okay, Kieran, go ahead and hit exclamation point D100 for us, please. Thank you for the hydrate. That was just thank you, Mantuga. If you want to drink, just drink. I gotta get my drinking fucking horn out here. For
Mantuga helps all.
68. Okay, beautiful, beautiful.
Is there a special weather roll for 69?
There might be. Anyway, 68. It does. As you're all kind of spending your time in the house
from the sky.
dealing with this, having this discussion, you begin to hear outside and on the roof just the light.
Night ice.
Yeah, I got you. The light downfall of rain outside. You hear it beginning to fall on the fields. It's a very rainy summer this year. It has been a very wet summer. It's a lightish rain. It's not super
needed it.
not super heavy yet, but it's definitely a rainy one. He goes on to basically explain that it seems, and like I said, anyone who's been in the Imperium knows that there is one major archaeological site that the Imperium is focused on more than others. There are other digs and other places they're trying to excavate to find more evidence about this culture. The biggest of which is the city of Adroch, which was a former capital of this nation. It is a massive excavation that is south of Pillarstone. It also doubles as a sandstone quarry. So basically, any people who find themselves captured during battles with the Imperium or find themselves on the bad side of them end up in chains and either working in the quarry or working in the excavation site. And you basically gather that's where everyone ended up.
Is that where you guys were, Stan? It was the mines.
I mean, we were in. No, I personally wasn't ever. I
You
had
were.
a different path. I was in Pillarstone, yeah.
Ah.
You were in Tursa.
We were in Pillarstone briefly.
No, you were on your way there when the campaign
Oh,
started,
yeah.
when you guys got hit.
Right. No, I know where that is, but I've never been there.
Okay.
Yeah, Pillarstone's the capital of the Imperium.
Right.
The biggest city. It's probably the oldest human. I say human, but it's very mixed cultures down here. But
fuck that
it's
place.
the first settlement made by humans here.
Ah.
Yeah, before that it was all elves and dwarves on this continent. And you know that it was founded... Oh, okay. Here's a deep dive. Here's a fucking deep dive. It's a big ass town. Pillarstone. Boop. It's also referred to as the seat of the Imperium. It was founded in nearly 2,000 years ago. Over 2,000 years ago, actually. Close to 3. Yep.
So while they're helping get Lynacs patched back up, Stanislav is gonna like talk about what they found and encountered Lady Jenna and the things that they learned. They're feeling both Lynacs and take on it.
Well, sounds like you've had quite the adventure. And I'm sorry to hear about your comrades and they're no longer traveling with you. Makes me glad to know that they weren't with us when we were hit, so at least perhaps they're still free.
Oh, and I think that uncovering this plot of Ropesh is a pretty big deal.
I think that runs deeper than we even could begin to understand, but this wasn't
I have
that.
an idea that I know what they're doing.
Fair enough. We've heard whispers of things happening in the Imperium, strange things. But if you say Ropesh is coming back, then we have bigger problems right now.
Mm-hmm.
Do we have time? Can we help our people?
We have no idea.
Can't leave them in chains. I won't.
I don't think we should. We have time. Right, Stan? Right, everybody?
I mean, I have no idea.
Oh, bother.
I don't know how far along they are with gathering these body parts they need. How far away my brother and the rest of the Hushroots are.
Several days from here. If we leave in a hurry. I don't think I'm much good in a fight anymore. At least not... not now.
No, we wouldn't ask you. Need to stay here. We wouldn't ask you to come with us.
Oh, I'm not staying here.
Right.
Well, actually, a friend might be able to help you with that.
Take any help I can get, but I'm not going to sit by while you all put yourselves at danger for my people.
Another thing I think I can do is maybe talk to somebody at the church about maybe getting us around a little bit quicker.
Really?
Perhaps I don't have much experience with the faith myself, but you might have found yours. He kind of nods at the holy symbol on your chest.
Still learning.
Who's the kind of creepy one with the tape measure and the rather imposing minotaur there?
They're really good friends. Really, their hearts are always in the right place. I can assure you of that. Oh.
What is
the one who likes to make shit? His name is Mr. Maker, and
Yeah.
It's a little on the nose, but I respect it.
The marvelous Mr. Maker.
You hear
Right.
from downstairs.
No,
Hey, full name.
He's marvelous. He's marvelous. What about you,
Yeah.
there, big man? He looks at Mantuka.
He nods and he's introduced himself just as Mantuka, just matter of factly.
Fair enough. No praise Mogus this time around. All right.
Not
Pleasure.
currently. He doesn't need the flash. He doesn't need the flash.
Doesn't need the flash.
He doesn't know me.
I respect it.
Doesn't know me.
He doesn't know me. He kind of just goes over to the bowl of stew,
Praise
which has
Mogus,
been
whatever.
reheated at this point.
Mantuka's a fierce warrior.
I could find me a minotaur who isn't.
Just kind of on the
be
belt and like on his shoulder.
I'd be lying if I said there weren't a couple of your kind there when we were being slaughtered, but I won't hold it against you.
Right.
Yeah, you guys, like, again, Stanislav in particular, are you very aware that, like, minotaurs are heavily, heavily employed by the Imperium? Not even enslaved. Like, they're literally just work for them out of agreeance. They're paid for their work. They're mercenaries.
It'd be
It's what
pretty
they do.
hard to enslave a minotaur.
Yeah.
It's doable,
They're not,
but,
even,
like,
they're not even paid a lot. It's like peanuts.
yeah, it's just like they feed them and give them a place to sleep, and the minotaurs kind of just
Different
happy to-
colored loincloths and like different
Yeah.
heavy axes, and they're fucking.
It's really all you
Christmas
need.
bonus.
It's really all you need.
Shit.
Yeah.
I can assure you that our minotaur is quite a bit better than those ones.
Well, I assume if you're able to have a civilized conversation with them, you must be a bit smarter than the rest, at least.
I'm really good at kicking.
He looks at the iron hooves, your minotaur hooves that have been dipped in molten iron and allowed to harden.
I want to
I-
have a civilized conversation. I'm really good at kicking.
I'm good at kicking things.
Sheep.
I don't know what to tell you all beyond that. Everyone's gone. Those who are not gone are in chains, so probably worse for them.
Well,
We
I guess
gotta
we have
find
to get to work figuring out where they are.
We gotta find them now.
And
Yeah.
Finding out where they are isn't the problem. A group that big moving to the northeast gives a bit of a sign.
Right.
The Imperium doesn't waste able-bodied workers. They're going to the mines. The trail
Well,
was
then-
hard to miss. When I made my way here, their trail turned to the right. But I needed help. And I know that Feiyas was in talks with your friend there. He kind of nods over to Kagon, who's kind of just been doing what he usually does and just observing, taking in all the information. You see him kind of just processing it. Figured this would be a safe place to look, and I honestly didn't think I'd find you all still here, but I'm glad I did.
Oh, he's never seen me before.
No,
just
you're
remember
completely...
that.
Yeah, no, the only people he knows is Gregory briefly for like a single night of,
For a
of
minute.
revelry, and then Stanny.
No, I mean the main guy, the guy that's sitting there just watching.
Kagon?
Kagon? Yeah, you met him.
Yeah, we did find
You've met him a couple
As
times.
for it.
Lil Tuca.
Yeah, you did meet him as Little Tuca. I
He's
just...
never seen me before.
In the last 2 weeks of downtime while he's been in the
Tuca!
basement working on potions, I just kind of assumed he'd made some
Fair.
introductions. He's used to you at this point. Though I even as a DM forget the fucking forget that you're a changeling sometimes, I'll be honest with you. I don't know how you do it
My
like every
shape
session.
is very inconsistent. Very. But it is at that moment that I do bust upstairs.
Yeah, you make your way upstairs. What you doing? What you got for me?
From the makers of Lil Tuca, I bring you
Do you have like
Tiny
a
Maker.
a light show happening and like a fog?
Yeah, a little prestidigitation.
Okay, so you all
light
look
show
as
happening.
like the lights begin to dim in here, and you see fog begin to emanate out from the stairs below, kind of
thought-
flow.
And while it looks
Okay.
really cool and everything, and you're
Yeah.
you're very impressed. Well, I don't know if you're actually impressed, but whatever. You then hear from there like thumping, just coming up the door, running up the stairs at full speed.
Should we be scared about that? Should we be worried right now?
No, that's our.
I don't know yet.
That's our pal.
Did he start a fire?
Well,
From
yes.
the maker
Oh.
of Little Tuca,
Oh my, showmanship.
I bring you
Oh.
Tiny Maker. And out pops the same little guy that you saw right in front of your face, Gregory.
Oh!
Zip out from behind me. And just start, like, investigating around the room.
You see this kind of like
What is that?
this kind of like robotic hum as you see these two very like hummingbird speed level wings like just buzzing behind this individual.
That is literally just a smaller version of me.
Just a tiny even the
Tiny version.
the
It's
suit
like
is
pocket
identical.
size is
Like
Yeah.
Mr. Maker if he was a pixie.
Basically, yeah.
exactly.
Even the glasses are identical. Like it is uncanny how much this little creature looks like Mr. Maker.
Little maker. Little maker.
Tiny Maker.
Tiny maker.
Oh, alrighty then.
Hold me closer, tiny maker.
It says a lot about someone's ego when they make a tiny version of themselves.
Yeah, well.
UI, have you looked in a mirror recently?
No, I haven't. I'm afraid to. I used to be so handsome.
Well, don't worry, pal. You still have the rugged good looks going on.
Yes, the men love scars, don't they?
I love him so much. I would die for this rope.
Stanislav blushes a little bit.
Ooh woo.
Ooh,
Woo. That is it.
Well-
You also kind of notice, I don't really draw attention to them, but if you want to know what else you notice some cool looking gloves, some leather, like fingerless gloves that have a bunch of tubes just like shooting out of them and like into my forearm.
Like Bane.
A little. Yeah, it's very Bane-esque.
low budget Bane, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, but just on my hands.
guaranteed.
Yeah, and then you also see you saw briefly a show of like a preliminary version of the rocket boots that were still kind of shitty and sputtery.
Yep.
You see now what seems to be a much cleaner, more efficient, a little bit of hot rod red on these bad boys.
Mhm.
Oh my god, it's Tony Stark.
And then
He's very productive with vent time.
Yeah, a little. It's kind of it's really helped me focus. You see, and then also my glasses. While they still are in the same shape, they look significantly more advanced than they used to. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
Quite shiny.
Cool.
And don't you have like the lenses that are like up right now? Or are they
God,
down
no.
right now as you're looking at?
No, these
They're
ones
always
just
down.
yeah,
They're
these ones
always
just
down.
extend, yeah.
So your eyes always look like they're just like that big.
Yeah, you've never ever seen my eyes in any of my
okay.
forms.
Nope, not
I
once.
love that anime trope.
Awesome.
Okay, so you're all greeted by this tiny homunculus servant flying up here. It's a tiny version of Mr. Maker.
Raising the bar and doing it flawlessly each and every time.
You've made some interesting friends since I left you. I'll give you that much.
Oh yeah. We've seen some things.
He kind of gets like has
Gregory's died.
You died.
Hi.
You did, yeah.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Valzir would not be happy to know about that. He told you to be
I had to
careful.
bring him back.
Valzir.
You remember your tiefling daddy?
Yeah.
Your first adopted father figure?
Who your daddy?
Your first of like
your dad?
six.
First of many.
First of many.
not the first, not the last.
Nope.
You said Valzir.
He's alive. Like I said, I
Okay.
didn't see much, but I caught a glimpse as they were leaving. He was one of the ones I saw. Zanny, I didn't see your brother, but I didn't see his body either.
Right. Well, all the more reason we need to do this now. We need to go to the mines and fight the Imperium army.
I don't think Gregory, I don't think we need to quite do that, buddy. I think we just need to
Thank
break
God.
them out.
It's not that simple.
Uh,
If it was
Oh.
that simple, we would have freed all the people there already. Protected heavily, enchanted heavily.
mm, yeah.
We've never been able to get in. We've tried. Anyone we've sent in has never once been able to come out. We stopped trying
Oof.
after the third.
Shit.
Woof. This is going to be a tall order then.
It always is. Being a hero.
Hero.
Don't let it go to your head, little one. It gives you a little hair scruffle.
Yeah, if there's one thing I've learned in the last couple of months, it's that reality comes crashing fast.
Well, yeah, reality hits.
And fuck flying sharks.
Can't
Right.
say I've ever seen one of those. I wouldn't advise trying to have sex with one, though. You don't laugh much, do you, big man?
I became a lesser minotaur during that encounter.
Oh, baby.
The sigh, and then single teardrop
Oh,
rolls
oh.
off my
As
furry cheek.
There's nothing more depressing than a crying minotaur. Ah, God.
Greg's just playing with his thumbs.
It's only crying if there's more than one tear. There's something in my eye.
Roll me a
Speaking of
deception check, please.
It's dusty as fuck in here.
It's like meticulously clean in the son of a
I want
bitch.
That's hilarious.
4. Yeah, no, it was supposed to be deception. 7. Yeah, no, we all see through that. I don't even need to roll that. No one's passive insight is that low. Sure, something in your eye, big man. We'll go with that. Like I said, I'm not going to be much use to you in a fight, but I can still track, I can still sneak, and I can still infiltrate places. So I'm coming with you.
Still only have one arm.
Mantuka, you have advantage on your next check. I do still only have one arm, yes. Or he does.
Do we
Oh,
have
no.
to leave right
Mr.
now?
Maker, you should jam your fake arm on
No,
his
of course
arm,
not.
and then
We
he'd
have-
have an arm.
I'd be lying
Our
if I said
information
I
that we have to
couldn't.
get.
I'd be lying if I said I couldn't use another couple days rest. It's quite a long trip to the mines, and if we're gonna be traveling in the Imperium, we might want to
Prepare.
prepare.
You see the anime like light glint over my glass.
Yeah, what's up?
Well,
I don't know. I don't watch enough anime to know what that reference is, but I'm guessing it's like a ping, like a little star
it's
moment.
just-
I don't know.
No, it's
I'm
just
gonna-
Shing.
I'm
Sugoi
gonna go down to the
senpai.
temple,
Oh,
and I'm
God.
gonna talk to some people about seeing if I can figure out where Ilsavir is, and if we maybe can't get to where we need to go a little quicker.
I feel like that's probably an alright place to start. The gods usually have answers. They're rarely straight answers, but do what you can.
All right.
I'm gonna start working on the arm, I guess.
Okay, so you're trying to make the prosthetic arm like the enchanted
Yeah.
one. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to make one that would function similarly to how my automaton's arms function.
Okay.
Very rudimentary for now because I'm attaching it to human skin.
Okay.
Human? Who is this guy?
Well,
Well,
there-
rolling that 20 on his
yeah.
check to
Okay.
measure.
So, yeah, you did. Technically, there's two things. So, you have like a prosthetic limb, which is just a prosthetic limb. Like it's literally just
Sure.
it's going to serve its basic function of existing. You could probably use
There's
a
actually
shield
an item
with
for
it.
that in D&D Beyond.
Yeah. There is a prosthetic limb magical item which becomes a fully animated, completely functional limb once attached and attuned.
Peepo Pod.
One is going to be much harder to make than the other in terms
as well
of stuff.
try it.
So, at that point, I need to look up some rules. So we're going to take a quick 10-minute break here. So this is going to be a mostly like talking and planning and prepping session. It'll probably be a little on the shorter side. We're going to take our 10 minutes now. I need to figure out how we're going to make this happen. So, we'll be back in 10. Please do stick around. We love y'all for coming to hang out. 20 people. We love you guys. Y'all the best. We will not be long. We'll see y'all in just a few. Hello.
if
We're
fucking
back.
Gregory's like dead on the other side.
Yeah, you can handle that shit.
Which will happen.
Gregory do be dying. He do be.
Do be.
He do be.
Merch.
He's a wizard who gets himself into close combat so much more often than he should.
I just want a hug.
But he's also
I
a
just
druid,
want a
so
hug.
it's complicated.
Hashtag not a blade singer.
That would be fun. That would be tight. So, picking up where we left off, the party was all going to split and do their own thingies. We discussed in the break, figured out the rules. Mr. Maker knows what he needs to do. I'll let you discuss that in-game with the party for the roleplay sake. Do what you got to do if you want to. I don't mind either way. Stanny's going to go to the temple. What is Mantuka and Gregory going to do? What are you guys doing? Because he's basically told you everything there is to know. You know what you need to do. You've just been requested to wait while information is gathered for the time being. So you have a couple days, give or take. Maybe less, maybe more.
Right.
What you doing?
I'm just gonna start reinforcing the house a bit. If this is our if this is gonna be our pad or whatnot, gonna look around for some planks of wood or some debris that I can just reinforce a little bit.
Okay. That's fairly easy. There are simple building supplies in the back shed.
Isn't the place being mending moused a bit too?
I don't think he's mending moused it yet. I think he mending moused. Fucking.
The other dude's house.
Something.
Oh, fellas.
Thwit.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Mr. Thwit.
Felonious.
Felonious Thwit. Yes.
He was nice.
Great
I liked
guy.
him.
Nice. You guys visit him every now and again. He drops a loaf of bread off, fresh for you guys at the door.
I
Gave
was
him a
sorry
heart
for
attack.
him.
There's nothing
Yeah, he
better
did.
than fresh bacon.
That's
Mr.
right.
Maker did technically, but
You did give him a heart attack, but like
We
you
gave
fixed
him
up
a
his
good
house.
story.
You gave him
We
a
gave
great
him a
story.
life
Yeah, he's
story.
gonna talk about that for the next like 3 years of his life until he dies, because he's a peasant and these are the
He's
Middle
old.
Ages. Yeah,
A
he's old as
giant
fuck.
cow man and a little boy.
He
Golden.
And a
Man.
man that looked like me.
And
could change
kept
his
looking
face.
like me, and then he didn't, and then he
And
did.
then he looked like someone
and he
else
gooped away.
every time.
it was
So,
so funny.
Oh yeah, speaking of mending mouse, I have one now.
sick.
Ah!
Not exactly mending mouse, but little maker or
Mending
tiny
maker.
maker. Yeah, he can do it.
At some point, there's got to be it's gonna be like Cinderella.
Oh God, no! Living our best
gonna have
princess
to
life.
mend the whole
Let's go. All right. So
Musical episode.
Mantuka, this is easy. You do manage to find like very basic fucking building supplies. There's some wood, there's some extra thatch to fix up the roof and stuff in this kind of back shed area, but you can only get through through the backyard. It's kind of like a back addition to the house where all the storage is kept. You guys notice there's like a little farm out here that just has not been tended to probably in a decade. It's completely overgrown. There's no more like rows. It's just there was a farm here at one point. But I'm gonna say just roll me a simple athletics or strength, whatever your choice. I'd say probably athletics. Just see how much effort you can put in a day's work.
All right. Athletics or strength? Bam! 26.
Okay.
Hombre.
Yeah, you spend like the entire first day, just like your little bit of time there, just pulling out wood from here, reinforcing the walls where some of the planks have like rotted or fallen loose, and you fix up basically the entire ground level of the house. Roof probably still gonna need some work, but there aren't any leaks that you can tell so far. It's been raining all day and still nothing's got through. So as far as you can tell, the roof seems to be in good repair, but you've managed to successfully patch up your little home. It's much less drafty inside. It's quite a bit warmer and it's not as damp. And you're at the end of the day, you finish a long, hard day's work. You come in just soaking wet from the weather and the rain and everything, and for the work you had to do outside, just drenched to the bone, and help yourself to a bowl of hot stew. Seems to be kind of just like braised beef. Very, very simple. Very simple. I'll leave it up to
Praise
you.
bogus and
if you-
stew.
I was gonna say if you eat beef or not. If that's entirely up to you. Like,
It's not mine.
fair enough. Mr. Maker, you said you're doing some stuff down there, so that's all covered. Stanny,
Cannibalism is canonically non-frowned upon in this civilization.
it's fucking frowned upon. It's fucking frowned upon. It's
No
just
one
never
said
stopped
anything
you
the
fuckers
multiple
before.
times we did it.
Because no one else was there. No one was there.
Stay
The
scheming.
gods are always watching. And we did not get smited now, did we?
What if there's a god of cannibalism? He was just like, nice. Nice. That's cool. I see what you're doing.
I'm all about that.
I'm all about that shit. No. Oh.
When was the cannibalism?
Very first game.
Very
Very literally first 10 minutes of the fucking campaign. So
we landed on a tropical island with lots of things we could eat, and we found a body floating. We were like, that looks good.
Yeah. I made it very clear. I'm like, you see fish in the little inlet next to where you washed up. There are coconuts and fruits growing in the jungle near where you were awakening.
It wasn't my idea, but I did.
They found a dead guy, and they're like, it's food. I'm like, there's so much food. This is a choice. And they're like, no, it's not. I'm like, it's a choice. You're actively choosing.
You don't understand. If you're stranded on a deserted island, there is only one choice.
There was animals. There was fish.
Look, the forest 2 just came out. It's shown me the way. Okay, you don't understand.
Fair enough.
Cannibalism, the game.
Your friends.
Not down. So, Stanny, you make your way to the Chapel of Torm, or the Temple of Torm, where you are
glorious golden warhorse Akesh.
Okay, I just ride right in the gates. They recognize you at this point. Like the guards have, like every rotation has seen the glorious golden horse and golden man come through the gate at least once. You're known to the people. You have your insignia on your armor as well. You make your way to the temple, where you find the early morning acolytes, kind of the ones who were early up from bed. Does not appear like Dimnia is currently there. Looks like kind of just a couple lower level individuals kind of just tidying up for the morning, getting some of the candles ready and lighting up some of the stuff and preparing the temple itself.
Okay, Stanislav will just go get breakfast at the inn then.
Sure, yeah. She's not here. Go get food. You go to the inn. Yeah, no, you find get disadvantage. I have 2 stacks of disadvantage. I haven't rolled. I haven't had to roll anything this campaign or this game. Yeah, you make your way to the to the inn.
Oh yeah. During those 2 weeks off we had, by the way, Stanislav got some nice new robes. It's all dapper now.
Okay, so you improved your stuff, which was starting to look a little on the rough side.
Oh, most of my clothes got either drenched or set on fire or covered in shit monster or abandoned because we had to run away.
Yep, so rough times all around. So you head into the last watch inn and you find it busy with the usual morning crowd. A lot of the soldiers going in before their shift starts, before they swap out the rotation on guard duty and everything. They're getting their morning meal in. You see one individual just kind of like head down, passed out on the table, still from the night before. Looks like he just fell asleep where he was, just passed out right there. It looks like the woman who runs it, whose name is right here, Ephemeria, is just kind of wiping down the counter where it looks like someone has just like left a big mess of crumbs. She's kind of tidying up.
Do I see those 2 satyrs anywhere?
Roll me a perception check.
20.
You do not.
Alright, that's okay. I was hoping to talk to the bard.
It appears like they're either no longer in town. They did say they were only staying till the Cobalt Carnival, but you find it odd that you did not see them there. Yeah. Anyways.
Alright. Stanislav will just go sit at the bar and get a big hearty breakfast in. You see if they have pancakes.
Used to it. They have pancakes. Sure. Today they have potato pancakes. Yeah, they're just shredded potato, and they just put it together, and there you go. You got your potato pancakes all set.
Nice. And then I'll go to the temple.
Wow, fucked up. Yeah, you get your nice breakfast. You return. Then it does appear like Dimnia is now out on the temple floor, tending to her morning duties. You could have just talked to the other people, but sure. And she notices you coming. She says, Sandy, it's good to see you.
Good to see you as well. I have something to talk to you about.
What? What is it?
Do you mind if we go perhaps to a room? A little bit sensitive.
Sure. Come with me. And she leads you to the back of the temple, behind one of the 2 statues of Lady Jenna and JT the Just.
She has an office.
And you actually, as you kind of walk around the back, you see a staircase that descends just behind the statues that you hadn't noticed before to a stone door. That is currently open, and as she enters, you see just a hallway with appears like identical doors on either side, just all very simple, very plainly made, that kind of just loop back under the temple and basically recreate that circular shape, but spread out into different chambers and rooms. She leads you to the closest one on the left, which appears to be one of the bigger ones from what you can see just looking in the doors briefly, and she has a little bit of a desk set up. There's a prayer book on a hi kitty. How you doing, little buddy?
Just sauntered right in here.
You did. I didn't even see. He scared me. It looks like she has just been at morning prayer and has just stepped out. She closes the door behind you as you enter. Grab a seat if you wish. What can I do for you?
Thank you. Yeah, I'll sit down across from her. So we have just found some disturbing news.
What's that?
We have a group of friends. They call themselves the Hushroot Tribe. I don't know if you've heard of them or not.
We've heard a thing or two. Yes.
They're very close
no
friends.
accent
In
on
fact,
this character, sir.
in fact, my brother is amongst them,
Well, if your
and
brother's amongst them.
they were attacked by the Imperium, and most of them survived. At least I would assume all of them were taken. And
It's a safe bet. If they have survivors, they tend to keep them.
Blasted mind. I was wondering if you or anybody could try and contact my brother. Maybe see if he knows anything or if he's even still alive.
Difficult. Hard to do with someone I don't know personally. Very difficult. But I can try. Describe him to me.
Okay, and yeah, Stanislav just gives a full description. Tiefling about a couple inches shorter than him, purple skin, same golden eyes, same shape to the horns, but his are a little bit smaller. His name is Ilsavir. Mentions that he's a devout follower of Kalimvor, if that helps.
Okay. Huh. Follower of the Lord of Death. A little grim for my liking, but we all have our places. I can't promise you this will work, but I can try. And she goes over to her prayer book and cycles through a few pages. Don't attack my hand while I'm trying to do stuff.
Yeah. May I provide a little bit of assistance?
You can try.
It's just a small spell to perhaps help you with.
Sure.
I'll cast guidance on her for this.
So D4?
Yeah.
Okay. Plus her modifier is already pretty good. +1. Okay. She just kind of puts her hand over a thing and begins saying some words and begins praying, and you recognize a familiar prayer to Torm, just asking for guidance to guide her hand and her will on the spell, and you see her hand just begin to glow and then her eyes light up as well for a brief moment. Tell me what you want me to say.
Just ask him if he's alive, where he is, how many of his people are still with him.
She kind of counts the words in her head. Your brother asked me to reach you. Are you alive? How many are with you? Are you alone? Hi. Jesus, you're being annoying. I'm trying to DM, and he's like,
Love me!
I love you!
Probably.
I love you so much! You're so cute!
Father, help!
Father, hell!
I have not been given attention.
You see her face reacts to something. Like it seems like something has responded. You can't hear it, obviously. She takes in the answer. Said he can't talk, being watched. Said they are many, but he doesn't know how many. Clearly he's alive. And you were right.
Well, that's good.
They're at the mines. Hi you. Oh my god.
And my other question was, I doubt anybody around here could do it, but do you know anybody who could maybe help us get there a little bit quicker than normal method of transportation?
If you're speaking
One
about means of
out in the
teleportation,
arcane.
it's a little beyond what we're capable of here, I'm afraid. This is
I did
not the
think that.
most magically inclined town, unfortunately.
Anybody in town you could think of to go to?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know anyone in town who has that kind of magical capability. Even our local alchemist is amateur at best when it comes to that kind of magic.
It is a small town, that's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, we might just be traveling normally then. That'd be all right.
Might be hoofing it on that one. Sorry I can't be of more help, but should bring you
No,
peace to know that your brother is alive.
Yes, that's immensely helpful and very grateful. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Torm be
That's
with you.
a big sigh. Can't imagine the hell he's being put through right now, though.
I'm sure you can, based on what you've told me. He's in the mines. He won't last long. People rarely do in those conditions.
He's strong-willed. He'll be all right. We're gonna get them all out of there. Or die trying.
I can see you've taken to your new faith very well. I do have...
I would have had that. I would have done that before I found Torm.
Well, that just means Torm found you. It took you a minute to answer.
Seems like it.
I have a lot of work to do today. If I hear anything else, and if I think or encounter anyone who can help you before you leave, I'll let you know.
Thanks. We'll be going probably in about 2 days.
Be prepared. The things we've been hearing and what you've told me about what's been going on. The Imperium is more dangerous than you think. That was his center of power, after all. Travel safe. Bring that big Minotaur with you.
Well, I'm not going anywhere without him now. Turn around and walk out the door.
There you go.
And back to the...
Oh my god, he's asleep. He's asleep with his mouth open.
Little baby.
Well, baby.
Praise Mogus.
Praise Torm. You leave the temple, find a little bit of a crowd has begun to gather for the morning ceremonies.
Stanislav says a little silent word to the statue of Lady Jenna and JT the Just.
Sir JT the Just.
Yeah, Sir JT the Just. Yeah.
Sir JT the Just.
On his way out. He always, especially Lady Jenna, because he's like actually met her, he has a very deep connection to that statue.
Yeah, the statue obviously doesn't respond, but you do feel like a connection there. And now that you've joined in the faith yourself, don't attack my hands, you little shit. Jesus, he's feisty tonight.
Asshole hour.
It is asshole hour. The Sir is important. It's true. You got your Sir JT the Just. We got this. Okay.
And
are you gonna leave or are you gonna keep attacking? I don't know what
head
you
on
want.
Back and hang out with Lynacs.
Okay, he seems to be in good spirits despite, having lost an arm and been grievously wounded in battle.
Actually, I'm gonna stop and get a nice. I assume there's somewhere I can buy a bottle of liquor.
At the bar,
a good bottle of wine.
The Last Watch Inn kind of sells, it acts as a liquor store on the side.
Pop back in and buy a medium bottle of wine for Lynacs.
Just a bottle of wine. They got one kind. It is
cool.
Decent at best. 10 copper pieces for the whole
Works.
bottle. It's not very good wine. It's like cooking wine, basically.
Costco wine.
Yeah, it's like it would be the equivalent of a box in a bag. And you make your way back.
What about that eccentric little dude's place?
French Canadian wine.
Oh, God.
What's it called?
It brings me back. The shop? You want to go to the shop? Oh, God.
We don't have to roleplay, but would he have something better?
Maybe. One second.
Okay. Yeah.
I haven't checked his stock today. Why are you being such a little turd? What is your fucking problem, cat? Jeez. Servant stash. Yeah, servant de trim. He has. Whoop. Does not have wine. He has mead. He has a cask of mead, but no wine.
I'll buy Lynacs a cask of mead. Fuck it.
Okay. Yeah. Are you gonna return the one you just bought?
Huh?
Or did you not buy the wine? You said you bought the wine. Sorry.
Oh no! I would,
okay.
If that's all they had, then no. I want to get Lynacs something decent. So yeah, no, I'd go get the casket.
It's a decent's a word for it. It's a cask.
Probably better than the wine.
It's a cask of mead.
There's alcohol in it.
There's alcohol in
Yeah,
it. You can't really be choosy. It's just an army town. It's like bare minimum essentials.
How much for Das mead?
That one will be
Das Boot?
1 silver and 5 copper pieces.
Cool.
Okay, you need to stop. All right, buddy. I don't want to do this.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Bye.
Thank you. It is a small expense. A small expense.
But Mika
And I return with a cask of mead to Lynacs. And
Yeah,
everybody else, because I have a cask of mead.
Yeah, you find him, like, they're all kind of waiting around the table at this point. It appears Kekon is once again left, seems to be meeting with some of his people and trying to gather more information about what's going on. You do find, you know, Lynacs currently just sitting there at the table, basically where you left him. He looks not good mentally, but he's, like, health-wise.
Yep.
Yeah, he's very depressed, as most of his tribe just got fucking annihilated. But he seems to be in decent enough spirits, kind of chatting with Gregory, Mantuka, and Mr. Maker as they kind of come in and out of the conversation and stuff.
Oh, I'm in the vents.
You're in the vents. Okay, fair enough.
You actually see little tiny maker come up, grab a cup, and hold it in front of the cask of mead.
I pour him a nice hefty the whole whatever, fill the fucking cup.
Yep.
And he just zips back downstairs with it.
Yep, and into the vents.
Enjoy, buddy.
I have good news.
What's that?
Oh,
Waterboard me with mead. Ah.
okay.
In a minute there, big guy.
Gregory just
One
starts
sec.
pouring the mead into
Okay.
Mantuka's mouth. Yeah.
I can listen to drink.
My brother is alive.
I should call
as well
her.
as
What?
That's fucking amazing.
I put it down really roughly and just he's what? He is? For sure?
yeah. No, one of my compatriots at the temple sent out to him, and he replied. He says there's a lot with him. It's a really limited supply, but he's alive.
Did he say anything about anyone else?
I said there's lots with him. He couldn't really give details. He said he was being watched at the moment, which is fair.
Okay. That's
But
good.
he's alive.
That's great. That's good. That's
The party continues. My mouth's been dry.
It's only this is the only cask I have.
Oh, limited Mantuka size party.
Just
Glop, 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 glop.
glop,
I
glop.
proceed to pour big
God
old
damn it.
mugs of mead for
Do
everybody.
you want me to baby bird it to you? You want baby bird? Baby bird to you.
Baby bird to you.
I want follow.
I completely forgot that Gregory literally puked into a bird's mouth last session. I
Sure did.
completely spaced on that. Druid life,
Persephone.
right?
That was the thing that happened.
You
That's right.
forgot you named the bird Persephone.
Persephone.
What do you name the little lizard?
Car insurance.
Right. Corinsurance.
Car insurance.
Hydration check, bitches.
I already did it.
Did you puke
And
in my
it wasn't
bird's
me this
mouth?
time.
Yeah, he
baby.
needed to feed the baby bird. How do you feed a baby
That's
bird? When
That's
we were
my favorite
thinking about
chapter
it, I'm
of
like,
the Bible is corinsurance.
Current
Car
insurance.
insurance.
Current insurance 10-12.
This is a touching story, but do
you-
you want me to
I
spit
thought it's-
my mead back into your mouth? Because
Me.
if not, Mantuka's gonna swallow. But like,
Swallow,
we need to
swallow it.
establish this right now.
Swallow it, please. Swallow.
Dad, this is your call. I'll give it to you, brother. I can swallow. Are you allowing Mantuka to swallow? I'll
Yeah. Swallow it. Swallow
swallow. It's
it.
swallowed. It's swallowed. I'm done. I'm done with this.
Oh,
Praise
that was,
Conversation I never wanted to hear.
I don't even know what's going on anymore.
that was intense.
I've lost control. This is the second
Stanislav is
session in a
lost.
row I have no control.
Oh boy.
So
So
Lynacs is just taking this all in. Like, this is a man who just had his family and friends die around him. Was left in the sand, grievously wounded to die. Walked his
He needs
ass
some
all the way
normalcy.
here. Only to have someone measure his arm fucking stump. And then
don't worry,
this
that'll
shit
be for a good
happens.
reason.
He knows it's for a good reason, but you guys have, like, the bedside manner of a fucking porcupine. Jesus
I'm a
Christ.
paladin, not a doctor, damn it.
Just like Mr. Maker
This is my off
pokes
time.
his
I should
head.
be allowed to do what I want.
Mr.
I don't
Maker
have
pokes
a
his head
vent.
upstairs.
He's just
Out of the vent.
Oh hey buddy.
Oh.
There more mead left?
I mean,
I-
yeah, it's a whole fucking cask. Of course there is.
Come on up, buddy.
slowly ascend from the basement.
You have to stay with us for one drink.
All
No
right.
caveat.
Okay. Sure.
You want me to pay for you?
No, I'm good. I'm good. I got this. I got this cup. I'm good.
You get another cup. You get another cup of
Yeah,
mead.
what are you missing?
The bad news is that we have to figure out how we're getting to that fucking mine.
We walk.
Yeah.
We'll be being tracked the whole way there.
Fair
And
enough.
for sure we'll get attacked. Like, I can guarantee it.
Will you kill him then?
What if we travel a little more low key? Lynacs kind of just pipes up.
What do you have
I
in
know loud, proud, and in charge is your style, but perhaps it's better to do this a little more in a more clandestine nature.
Which
I
day
was-
is this?
Dude, I'm a fucking minotaur. You think,
Basically,
you know,
this is all.
blend in?
These conversations are happening over the course of the next day or two. Basically, like we're kind of just meshing all that time together.
I was hoping you would say that. I mean, I know I'd get spotted from a mile away. We just rode on in there.
Most of us would, yeah.
Yeah, you're bright fucking gold. You kind of stand out, especially in the sun.
Little whoosh goes through his hair.
Don't
more
let
so
it
than
get to
normal.
your head, big man.
Me and Mr. Maker are a couple of tiny light shows, and then we have a giant cow. So, I mean...
I
Yeah,
disappeared
oh,
in the middle of the
fucking-
conversation.
yeah. Okay, never mind. Just me.
Okay, well that's good.
Oh, no, I saw you do.
I was
My
Yes.
past perception is 14.
thinking more.
Oh,
Grab
I
you by
didn't-
the back of your shirt and pull you back to
I
the
didn't
table.
roll stealth for that. That was stealth a long time ago.
That was
I
a
can roll
long
stealth
time
if you
ago.
want to.
20. Just disappears. That is one way to do it, though it'd be particularly draining on the resources. Maybe we can think of. Can you do that to everybody?
No.
Let me look at my spell slots here real
You
quick.
could
Let me
probably
do a
would
little
be
quick
for
math here.
Several
there
days
are
in a row.
5 of us. I have 3 second-level spell slots.
I mean,
No.
I've learned how to hide myself from magic that could watch me, but I can only do it to myself.
I can
It's also
arcane
useful.
lock your chastity belt.
Who is wearing a chastity belt?
I assume Mantuka. I thought
Yeah,
that's
I
what
look
he
at
was wearing
Mantuka.
under that.
I can fucking hit things, so I can hit the shit out of
Oh,
things.
Jesus.
That's all I bring to the table. Fuck yeah, praise Mogus and don't pass the mead because it's limited because it's just a taster.
There's a cask right there, and he just points to this large mead keg in the corner of the fucking room.
Means you don't need this one.
Jaron, thank you for the raid. The thought that counts. I appreciate that one. The broken raid. We
Well,
love it. It happens to
other
the best
thought-
of us, buddy. Sometimes performance issues happen. Don't worry too much about it. We thank you for bringing the community and sending some folks by. Say overall, thank you for swinging in. We love you, folks. Thank you so much.
What's the name of the big city to the northwest of us? Capital of this region?
The capital of this region is a massive town called Highgard.
Highguard, yes. My other thought is we could go to Highguard, ride the opposite direction, but be a lot safer, and figure out if there's anyone there that could get us into the mines undetected.
Yeah.
Be
Could be a
fast.
gamble.
We have a better chance there than here.
I won't tell you what the best plan is. It doesn't seem like anyone here is capable of sending us that way.
Nope.
You all know as well as I do that there's a great many trade caravan in the Imperium. Have you ever thought of maybe just traveling in disguise?
Ooh.
I mean, I used to do
I
that
turn into
back when
him.
I was...
Yeah.
With 2 arms.
Oh,
Oh.
No. Here's exactly what happens.
that's
here. Here's exactly what
sad.
happens here.
that's
Here is
sad.
100% what happens. I fucking, as soon as he says that, have you ever considered traveling in disguise? I reappear, I rematerialize in the fucking waking plane as him with 2 arms. Disguise, I say.
Oh.
I mean-
We look a little different than that now, and he kind of just gestures to where his arm used to be.
Well, I literally can't do a different I have to have all my limbs.
That is a neat trick.
It's all.
I'll be honest with you, it's a little unnerving. Quite unnerving, but
He taught me how to do
useful.
it too.
Well, that helps. If you can just
little
disguise
differently.
yourself at will, then it solves one of us. But magic isn't a bad idea either. I don't want to tell you how to handle your business. You guys know what you're doing better than I do. I work
I
alone.
mean, my brother and I used to travel like that back in the day.
My
effective way
brother's
of
told
getting
me
out.
plenty of stories, yeah.
Around without getting recognized.
I
do you
like
guys
that
think?
idea. I like it a lot. Seems more like
Be
easy.
quicker.
Yeah. Go get 2 horses. Well, we have one, kind of, right?
I'm sure we can get
Yeah.
horses if we need them. Check with Kegon when he gets back.
Get a
Did
cart.
you guys lose more horses? How many horses have we gone through?
Owl with Fox
Don't
since
worry
the
about
start of
them.
the
Metuka didn't eat them.
Where was
We're
I?
just very neglectful.
the
Every
amount.
time I leave, our number of horses has
Yeah.
diminished. How
The-
are we down to 1? We
the
had
number
like
of-
Forget
six.
about them. Let them graze with the other
We
wild
had a
horses.
whole ass herd. What
Yeah.
It was an
happened to the
incident.
rest?
Yeah, there was an incident.
Why do you leave us? You should be here all the time.
Yeah.
I
The
got
horse guardian.
So like
important projects.
we have gone through a shockingly large
sheep died,
number
too.
of like
I
animal
blame you.
casualties. A sheep didn't die. You booted a mountain goat off a cliff.
Yep.
Love
It
that
died
goat.
too.
It
On
died.
you.
Swim out in the ocean.
I saw you.
I saw
Fucking
you.
tuna shark. Bam. Fuck you, sheep. Bitch. Got 20. Drowned.
All right. Well, I
That was
guess
Gregory's
as
pet, dude.
as soon as Mr. Maker is done with your arm,
As soon
then-
as you say that, Mr. Baker perks up and immediately darts back to
No, not to the vents, dude. we just have like a
rat
series of
scurrying away.
interconnected
He's
vents in the
regressing.
hideout now. Like it started out as a shitty farmhouse. You're like, I got vents. I got fucking like I got a system here. It's crazy. Got a bunch of
well, there's
fucking.
a few things I need to go get.
I
It's not easy
can't.
making me not look like me.
Right.
The Lynacs kind of laughs. Yeah, it's kind of hard to disguise that face, love.
Yeah. Well, how many more? How long until you're ready to go? Do you think maybe another day or 2?
I don't like waiting either, any more than either of you. But I could probably use another day or 2 of rest before we set out.
Okay, let's say 2 days. Then
Let
2
the,
days on that morning.
The crazy one in the basement finish what it is he's working on, and
I need to go get a disguise kit and learn how best to use this particular one.
Right.
that might be useful.
So my brother and I used to do it.
My brother's a smart man. I'm glad to hear he's still alive.
I intend on keeping it that way.
Well, if anyone's gonna survive that place, it's probably him.
Too stubborn to die.
We'll see. He kind of like looks out the window, sees the sun go down. I'm gonna get some rest. Maybe we can leave tomorrow. We'll see how the peculiar one's doing.
Right.
See you in the morning.
Yes.
As he's leaving, he walks back to the cask of ale and just holds his mug under it and
Yeah.
kind of just like uses his knee to fucking hit the nozzle. Fills his mug back up.
He's
Drinks
already
it.
learning.
Drinks it and leaves.
Incredible.
Danny's gonna go for an evening jog.
To go get some evening cardio in. Sick.
Fuck yeah.
All
I go
all right.
out the
But
door
he
with
doesn't,
Stanny.
He doesn't do it without his armor and weapon anymore these days. He doesn't trust anything.
Oh shit.
You're doing a full kit run? Okay, shit. That's a workout and a half. All right, fair enough. Fair
So
enough.
much chafing.
So much. Yeah, the chafing would be
Oh,
horrible.
Stanislav has in the 2 weeks figured out how to be nice and comfy with his armor. It's also super light and
A lot of baby powder.
Yeah, I was gonna
Lots
say
of
the party.
Astroglide.
The party has discovered fucking gold bond medicated powder.
Yes.
Hey, that shit is a drummer's like
Fucking don't
go-to.
joke with that.
Okay.
That's what
No, no, no.
fucking- yeah.
I've fucking during the
if you've never
gigging
put
days,
gold
dude.
bond on
Ooh.
your balls before you have to do PT when you're in basic training,
Oh,
you're doing it
man,
wrong.
it's like someone just going with a cool breeze. It's fucking amazing. I'm joking. Sorry, Twitch stream. What's up?
Love it.
Deal
You
with
clearly didn't see the
You
one
go-
shot in which fucking Girthmog ate literal shit. By choice. I didn't even have to set that one up. He just did it. He did it
You
just
march for
because.
10 kilometers with 60
Much
pounds
to
on
the
your back
chagrin
without
of
gold
one of his
bond on
party
your nuts.
members.
I don't want to,
no.
dude, but I
Tell me
also
how you
don't
do
want
it.
to talk about gold bond in your nuts. Like, there's a line.
Trench nuts. Thing.
It's like getting kissed in the balls by an ice pixie.
Oh, like a
It
peppermint
is
patty
absolutely. It's
for your
glorious.
testicles.
I don't want to
Jack
fucking
Frost
do this
nipping at
anymore.
your
I'm quitting streaming
gonads.
because you fucking people. Retiring. Thank you for coming to the last stream. I'm gonna go get the champagne. This is it. Okay.
We
You're gonna
made
put gold bond
30.
on your balls live on
Woo!
stream to quit?
Yeah, that's the end. That's the last stream.
I don't want to do this anymore.
That could be a
Stream's
sub.
last words will be like, "You're right," and
I've lost all control.
You get to a certain amount of followers, like, yep, we reached 4,000. Guess I gotta do the gold bond challenge. Boop.
God mighty.
What are you rolling for? Please divert the conversation, Mr. Maker, for the love of Christ.
I was just getting piss and cum off the screen. I actually rolled the wrong thing.
Damn it! What is
So
wrong
there.
with you?
No, it's off the other
oh
screen.
yeah.
So it's fine. It's not on stream. It's just there.
So good.
Stanislav comes back an hour later, just absolutely drenched.
I'm
in
just
sweat.
I'm just
Pass the
trying to.
fuck
I
out.
also just want to point out that on those rolls that I was just throwing away to get out of the way, I rolled a fucking nat 1 and a nat 20.
Yeah, you got both sides of the spectrum. That's what you get.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
what you get. So,
Stan, I'm gonna follow
But I
behind
only rolled
Stan.
a 3 on my pistol.
okay,
gun.
please.
I'm just gonna be like, hey, that's a good idea. We gotta be training. And I'm just as he runs that way. I'll be like, I'm gonna go this way. He just jogs for a minute and then slowly walks into the woods.
Roll me a stealth check.
Yes, I will, baby.
This is
I'm
against your
walking.
passive standing because you're focused on the jog.
Yeah, I
What's your
see you
pa-
go.
Yeah, okay. So you take off and you're like kind of proud of him. You're like you have a moment where you're like Jim Bro self is starting to rub off on the party. Like Gregory's gonna try to get swole. This is great. He's gonna get in shape. You run, you look over your shoulder and just smile. A little moment of pride as he kind of just stops running and then very like very Kronk in Emperor's New Groove tries to very unstealthily make his
Gregory, it's late at night. I wouldn't go. And he's gone.
He just disappears. Just disappears into the woods.
He'll be fine. I'm gonna keep jogging.
Okay, good. Once I get like a little ways into the woods, I just sit down, crisscross applesauce, and take the bone mask out and just look at it. And I'm just like, listen, whatever you are, kind of know a little more now, but we're going to come something big. I think I need some help. I think there needs to be more help. Like, slap the bone mask on. And I'm going to go ahead and... What was the name of the dog that... What was your name? Oh no, Chris is gone. What was the name of his dog? I don't remember.
Oh, the
It was a-
Mastiff he gave you to ride
Yeah.
on?
Yeah, that
Oh.
Mantuka killed. I can't remember. But I turn into that. And I
Okay, you
just-
turn into a giant
I
Mastiff.
didn't kill it. I liberated it of life.
You did.
Exactly.
You liberated from this plane of existence. Oh my god, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah,
you, you
that's-
cute little
Actually,
fucker.
I turn into that.
You
and I
turn
just
into a
kinda sit
fucking
there.
Pomeranian. Awesome. Good to know.
And I'm just gonna spend like the 2 nights or so that are there, really getting in tune with the bone mask, trying different shapes, running around with them, just getting better at it.
Okay, so you guys basically do not see Gregory for like the next few hours to the next half a day or so. And pretty much until you're ready to leave, he is more or less just gone, just in the woods, doing his own thing. Every now and again, you catch like a sight of a different creature, like magical or just different creature of some kind of gallivanting past the farmhouse and checking in and then going back. There's a spider, big ass spider, just goes by one day and climbs up a tree. There's a kind of a random ocean bird, a fucking mountain goat. Mantuka, you have familiar feelings of rage as you see the goat, and then the shark to remind you of
my
the
nemesis.
the flying shark once again returns over the forest. Oh my god, this is a montage. Holy fuck. Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah, you just you spend some time just practicing your druid craft and familiarizing yourself with all these different animal creatures, including fucking cat. Ugh.
And it's just the whole time I'm just trying to like get more in tune with the mask.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be me.
All right. You feel a deeper connection to it, and as kind of your final time with it ends, you take it off for the last time, returning to your usual self. You hear a familiar voice kind of just whispering to you on the breeze through the leaves of the trees. I'm with you, young one. You're on the right path. And the breeze kind of just dies down as some leaves kind of just fall from the trees around you.
Kind of nod, and I'm looking at the mask, and I just instinctively go to like one of the every time I take the mask out, it's a different shape, kind of. It seems to shift, and I just go to one of the horns and just kind of snap the tip off, and just like look at it, and then chuck it into the ground, and then the ground just shapes into this tiny little bunny that has like a vaguely bone-shaped mask in it, kind of like one of these things.
It's nightmarish.
Yeah, it's creepy.
That is nightmarish.
Red glowing eyes. It's just a little bunny, but it's just got a bone mask on, and I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals for the first time.
Ooh, new druid spells. Nice.
Conjure Animals.
You conjure a bunny with a creepy ass bone mask on. So I assume every time you conjure an animal, it's just got this mask.
They all got the mask.
So you see this bunny kind of look up at you with like what would normally be relatively innocent and adorable eyes, glowing crimson, bright red.
The killer rabbit of Cair Banog.
Yep, this is Monty Python skin now. Kitty!
Cair Banog.
Cair Banog. Oh, that's cool. Uh-huh.
You summon a cat instead.
Kitty! Well, this is gonna be useful,
He
I hope.
looks so displeased right now.
He's just... Father, help!
Because I'm holding him like this.
So, feeling a little more in tune with your druid side, and the individual who gifted you the mask in the first place, you return to the party. You are all greeted that following morning on the last day of waiting by a familiar figure yet again. Kekon has returned, and he's kind of just waiting for you all that morning as everyone filters in from their activities for the day. Is Mr. Maker upstairs yet?
For what?
You finish your thing? Yeah. It's been enough time. You said you were taking 3 days to work on it. So, I'll let you deal with that. But basically you hear from upstairs, everyone in the kitchen now.
Shit, alright.
Oh no, okay.
Run into the kitchen.
Okay. He kind of goes into the kitchen. You see Lynacs now wearing a shirt that's now covering his wounded arm, or shoulder, basically. And you see Kekon has just sprawled out a map over the table. It's a map you're familiar with. It's just a very simple map of the Imperium. I will pull that up. I got to see this map in a while. Do you know how excited I am to be going back to the Magus Imperium, guys? I love my desert area. I'm very happy with my desert area. So
I'm stoked. Stanislav sure as shit isn't.
He's pissed.
Stanny is not happy. So,
I promise I never go there.
So he lays out this map with a few things on it. You notice a couple locations that are marked on here that weren't marked on the maps that you guys had received, these being more secret, like the base and headquarters of the Hushroot Tribe, the ruins of Vilsrin, which have been marked, which kind of sit somewhere just above this N, or somewhere around this N, more or less, in the Incendus mountain range. I think, Stanny, you're the only one who's been there. Gregory never actually made that trip. He came up with you after you guys had set out on your travels, if memory serves.
Yep.
After you had saved Torrent. And he basically lays it out. He's like, okay. So I made my way all the way to their base, and it was exactly as Lynacs confirmed it. Bodies everywhere, and very few members of the Imperium among them. It seems that they truly were taken by surprise.
Shit.
Everything else has been cleared out, and it looks... From what I saw, I didn't actually get into the camp. Seems like they have a small team there doing something. Looked like they maybe had a small excavation going. Small team. Had some digging tools and other stuff, and they had a number of people filtering in and out of the mountain. Or out of the cave, I guess more accurate. It's more of a cliffside, really. Seems like they're looking for something there. They've not found it yet. Didn't see any members of the Hushroot remaining, though.
Maybe we should pay them a visit.
I
It's up to you.
agree.
The risk there is if one of them survives. Is that just your cat trying to paw your microphone right now? That was
Yes.
adorable. As his little fucking arm just like reaching out. That was great. That could be a step. From what I can tell, the trail that it seems the prisoners and the rest of the forces followed was leading northeast towards the mines in Pillarstone. I didn't risk
Be on
going
our way,
any
then.
further. I managed to not be seen by the scouts, but they are watching the roads. They're inspecting cots. They have checkpoints set up at regular locations, so you're going to have to be very careful if you're traveling through there.
Well, we're gonna do our best not to look like us.
I think that's probably your
Right.
best bet. Do remember the Imperium army is used to dealing with spellcasters. Their specialty, after all.
This time it's actually not gonna be magic.
And that
For
might
me, at
help.
least.
That might help you. What about that one? Surely he's not going with you. And nods over to Lynacs.
Oh, he'll be fine. He's more than capable.
Cannon fodder.
I don't think I could stop him if I wanted to.
Good luck
Yeah.
trying.
It's also true.
That reminds me. And then I run over to him. In complete disregard for anybody else that might be in the general vicinity. I just kind of
push
my
through.
way.
Yeah, push through
Yeah,
the
just
people with
push
your
my
new
way through, yeah.
invention, your new toy
Yeah,
that you've
I
just
just-
worked on making.
I
You
just
get- you get a
shove it on his arm
First
and
grade
start, like,
concussion running into Stanislav's abs.
Yeah.
I try to like connect all the fucking tendons and shit, completely disregarding everything else that's going
Okay.
on.
Roll me a medicine check.
Okay.
This is just from me. You kind of have to sit him down. This is going to take a while because he does have to attune to it as well.
It is.
16, okay. Over the next 30 minutes or so, over the course of what would be a short rest, 30 minutes to an hour here, you manage to begin attaching this prosthetic. And it's a little more than just like using it and like attaching it. You're physically using magic to stitch it onto where his arm used to be. It takes you a good amount of time, and while he comes to attune to it at the end, he begins moves. It kind of moves with this metal creak for a minute there as it kind of settles into place. He kind of crunches his fingers and it kind of cracks metallically. Like, he's manages to just move it and turn his hand over. I have to say, I half expected it to be rusty, but thank you.
The vents are very clean.
I'm surprised deeply, but
I'm
again,
honestly not.
he just disappears down the vent. I'm sorry. It's really nice. You he did a great job. He doesn't
It's fine.
accept criticism. Well, does he?
No, but it's fine. He'll take those notes. He'll do well. Yeah.
He's like just focusing and moving his hand and like kind of taken aback by the fact that he now has a
He just doesn't
Wow.
take criticism.
just at all. Just refuses to take criticism.
He doesn't really need it though, to be fair.
I mean, look at it. It's an arm again. It's wow.
Oh, this is gonna help. Now I need to get my hands on another shield.
Like you
Oh.
can join the army again there, pal.
Really?
For now, I go into the box. I just
Too
put
s-
like a
too
little
soon.
buckler.
Too soon. That'll do. That'll
Here
do.
you
This
go.
means Mantuka can lose limbs. I can be even more reckless. Yeah.
No.
I
Yes.
don't recommend it. It's still quite painful.
This
He
one I
can
did
make
it
me
caught.
handy-capable again.
You hear from the vent,
Wow.
from one of the vents that
Wow.
are connected. The first one was free. I'm charging for the rest.
Fair.
Hey, I paid for that.
You paid at cost, mister.
I can put my arm back on. You can't. So play safe.
So,
I can run with scissors now.
Oh my god.
We're getting
Don't-
canceled.
We're getting canceled. Yeah. You guys. Jesus Christ. Alright. Well. Now seems you have a bit of a plan. So what is everyone doing to prepare for this trip into the Imperium exactly? Let's lay that out and we'll go from there before we wind things up for the night. What are
Going to
people
buy a
doing
disguise
get ready?
kit.
Okay. That is easily enough. That can be purchased from our good friend, Servant, from Servant Stash, as you make a purchase. He says, it's a measly sum. Measly sum. I'm sure you can afford it. Disguise kit, go ahead and take the gold cost of that off. I'm assuming you're looking at it right now. I think it's not on. Can you not
Surely
even...
for a customer like me that's come here so often, you can cut me a deal. How about 20?
It's a measly sum. Roll me a persuasion check. Maybe you shouldn't come in the store if you can't afford it. That's all I'm
I give
saying.
him 25 gold.
Yeah. He doesn't move. He kind of just judges you for trying a little bit. He just holds his hand out. His tiny
That's
little
fair.
gnomish hand.
Do you work on commission? Big mistake. Huge.
Oh, man. You hand him the
Have
gold.
you
he
ever wanted to be
pockets
your
it.
own
Jeez.
boss?
Do you have a structured settlement and need cash now?
Hells no! It's a pyramid scheme.
It's always a fear.
877 cash now.
It's an MLM.
I don't know where to go from here. You do manage to buy your disguise kit. Yeah, he kind of disappears behind the counter. His tiny little pointed hat, just barely sticking up over the height of the counter, being a very small gnomish individual. And he just hands you the disguise kit after you hand him the money. You do with that
So
what you will.
It's like a full set of like nondescript.
Oh, it's got like,
clothes,
yeah, it's got like a bunch
makeup,
of a
face
number of
paint,
different
hair
outfits,
dye.
makeup, wig. It has a couple
Wig,
very
okay.
basic wigs in it that look pretty poorly made. You could probably use
No
it to
lace
make other
fronts.
ones. No lace
It up
front.
a
Yeah,
little
it's
bit.
just like basic. It's like mule hair. It's not looking great. It's a really
Does it
shitty
have
toupee.
fake breasts?
It could if you wanted to. Has everything you need to disguise yourself as either gender. Do your thing.
Be
God.
Stanislav.
Stanislav.
The funniest thing you've ever said. Does it have thick breasts?
Okay.
They're made out of wooden.
No, Mr. Maker, what are you doing to prepare for this journey?
That'd be strange, wouldn't it?
I'm prepared.
Yeah, that's true. You. Mantuka, anything?
I am going to disguise myself as my brethren of the Minotaur variety that work for the Imperium.
Hey, you're gonna disguise yourself as a
So it's
Minotaur
mostly
mercenary.
bondage leather.
Yeah,
with,
mostly just like the X strap over the
Stanislav
titties
helps
completely.
describe it to you.
Yeah,
Very familiar.
with like a leather thong harness, a lot of leather, some studs.
Yeah,
A whip
some
mostly
studs.
on your
yeah.
leather belt.
Yeah,
Some tassels. Some
and some of
tassels
that
over the
mule
butt
hair,
cheeks.
you fucking tossing around.
Yeah,
there.
cool,
Black,
cool.
Tossing
black
that mule hair on
pasties.
there.
Got it.
Yeah,
So, and Gregory, what are you doing?
a lot of
We have
chick peoples.
two
A lot
people
of-
disguising. We have a disguise kit, so we're gonna be rolling for that. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna do those rolls. What are you doing?
Greg's gonna go ahead and he's got disguise self. He knows that that's gonna be okay, but just in case I need to focus on other things, he goes and gets just like a cloak with a big hood, and also he's gonna try and set up like a caravan, like a cart that's colored in Imperium colors, or has the ability to be like changed up with Imperium colors.
Okay, so we need to find a cart. This is what you're
Yeah.
telling me, because we don't
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
own a cart yet.
Good
Maybe
old
talk-
trading cart.
If it's
Talk
anything
to
like
our,
us and horses, I'm sure we'll do real good.
Our-
Didn't we have a cart at some point?
Hey,
you,
hey,
you
I'm out of
left
the
it.
corners.
You left it
It
with.
was full of heads.
Yeah, you had a cart
Oh,
full
yeah.
of heads. That's true.
Go get
That's
our
parked.
cart back.
That's actually parked here, isn't it?
I
Or no,
thought
you left.
so.
You
I
left
thought
the
we
cart.
The whole thing.
I think
Okay,
you
well,
left
can
the
we
cart.
go get our cart back?
I thought we left the cart here when we went off last time, but I could be wrong.
Fuck it. Let's just say it's here. You guys left the
Hashtag
cart here.
here's my card.
You guys have a cart. So Gregory, you're disguising the cart. Perfect.
Yeah.
Easy peasy. First of all,
Beautiful.
Stanny, roll me let's say dexterity check to use the disguise kit. No proficiency.
So, a quick question before.
Well, I am proficient in it.
There you go.
if I may.
What's up?
So there were a lot of heads in the cart.
Many,
and-
many heads.
Right, and as Gregory is disguising it, I assume he's taking the heads out of it.
Yeah, the heads have been
Yeah.
removed a while ago.
Well, I assume he's taking them out at
You
least
guys,
some.
yeah, you guys have
there's
been
one or
gone
two
for
left.
like a week and a half since you brought those heads back. They have been moved.
Well,
not there
I'm just
anymore.
saying. Well, you could say the cart's been decapitated.
Just no.
I
I rolled a 20.
Cool,
That
awesome.
smile!
Yeah.
Look at that smile!
I hate that fucking face. I want to punch that fucking face.
I've never been so happy. It took so long for me to get.
No, just stop. No.
Oh, we've lost
Don't,
control.
don't encourage
We've lost,
that.
we've lost complete control. So, Stanny, with a 20, you
for a
managed
total
to
of 24.
you managed to
proficiency.
disguise yourself, leaning into like the tiefling look a little. Like there's no way to
I'm
disguise
turning
your
myself
horns.
into a blue tiefling. I'm
Yeah,
painting
so-
my face. I'm
There
dyeing
you
my
go.
fucking hair. Fucking
Yeah, you
wait.
dye your hair. You completely disguise yourself head to toe with a 20 total. You managed to just smother
24.
yourself. 24 total. You managed to just
Proficiency.
completely change like your entire appearance. You still have the traditional Stanislav jawline, but you are a completely different color. You've put different adornments on your horns. You've messed with your hair, which is no longer blowing in the wind, as that is kind of your trademark. You're avoiding that for the time being. And you all
I'm
see
also
the
summoning
following.
a dark brown horse.
Okay, just a plain ass horse. And you managed to make yourself look like a fairly normal, like, desert caravan traveler. Someone who would either be trading goods or traveling with the caravan for safety's sake. You do have Imperium robes and stuff that you picked up while you guys were in the desert, so you managed to throw all those on. Mr. Maker's good to go. No fucking rolls necessary there. Mantuka, you are disguising yourself as a mercenary, which is fairly easy for you, basically changing up the look a little. I'm going to have you roll... It's going to be disguise kit as well.
Lots of
Yeah.
leather.
Yeah, so you're going to have to
Can
get...
I help him?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely. How are you helping him?
Like I'm gonna help describe
Adjusting
what
my
the
leather.
minotaurs that I've seen look like, and yes, adjusting the leather behind his back, because I'm sure
Okay.
he even has trouble
More
wiping his
oil
own
on the
ass.
leather.
Yeah, he's so buff he can't even reach like past here,
Yep.
basically, right? Like the shoulder muscles. get more.
And I'm gonna cast guidance on him.
Okay, so go ahead and roll with advantage
these
and
things.
guidance. And same thing, dexterity and disguise kit. So just straight dex check for you. Hit my
Change his nose ring to a different metal.
I'm
Dex
gonna
check,
use my
not safe.
advantage. Oh shit! Yeah, fuck you.
You have advantage anyways, because
Yeah, you do have
helping you.
advantage anyway.
And
And
you
a
have
plus
guidance,
4.
so roll a d4.
Hold on, everyone. A dex check? Just straight
Yep.
dex?
Yep.
All right. That didn't do anything.
Yeah, Stanislav tells you guys that he used to get around with his brother like this in caravans in the desert.
Oh, that's
16 plus whatever guidance gives me. and
D4.
stuff.
Roll the d4.
Roll a d4.
And roll again, because you have advantage.
Oh yeah, and roll again. Hold on. It could get better. No, it got worse.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then a
baby.
D4. Hold on. We got this. Don't worry. It was like 16 the first one. We're doing good. And then I got another 2
Okay.
more, like 18.
Okay, 18,
like,
not bad at all. That's
of
pretty
it
solid.
Moistened leather.
It doesn't take a lot. Like Mantuka looks like your fairly typical Minotaur. He changes up the armor layout a bit, adds some stuff, removes a couple things, adds an insignia on it that looks roughly like one you might have seen before. And looks like maybe he's part of a different mercenary clan, maybe a new one that's just splintered off a little. And he's just looks like the standard Minotaur you've seen escorting caravans dozens of times over within the Imperium. Gregory. Disguising the cart.
Looking spicy there, big guy.
Yeah, and this is like all leading up to the morning of travel. Basically, you guys
focus.
are all revealing the work you've done the morning of. So you show up as a blue tiefling. Fucking
Stanislav slaps your ass.
Mantuka has advantage again. Mantuka, you have advantage on your next roll or whatever you want. Mantuka's looking like a mercenary and a half, and then Gregory is pimping his ride. Go ahead
Woo.
and I don't even know how you would do this. I don't want to say dex.
Make a queer eye check.
Performance?
Yeah, I was thinking performance or like a straight intelligence to see how well you've like able to replicate from memory the look of an Imperium trade caravan.
Okay,
God, I
okay,
hope
okay,
never-
okay.
Oh, he's doing.
You're
From
working.
the
I'm gonna
Imperium?
say while you're. This is
Just
while
on
you
him,
like.
it
Yeah, you're
takes a while.
busy working on Mantuka and yourself. And you're
Well-
inside. He's outside.
Okay.
10. Okay, 10 is not horrid. It's not the best. It's not great, but you basically like using some of the metal and wood you have at your disposal and some of your magic, put like a simple cage around the back of the cart and like put this kind of purplish looking drape over it that you like. Imperium has a lot of purple. A lot of their armor's purple. Like their cloaks are purple as works. Like fuck it, I'm going with purple. And you throw this basically just like a purple bed sheet. That's just like kind of shitty and stained. It's not very nice looking.
Nice.
Not literally shitty, just like it's not in great condition. You basically found it outside in the shed, basically a cart. But you piece together what you feel to be a fairly reasonably disguised carriage for travel in the Imperium. As far as you can tell, it looks pretty damn good.
Yo, dog, we heard you like speakers.
I have a DVD player in the back of it and everything. Played
And an
PS1.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Fucking PS1, dude. Let's go.
A Sega
Xbox.
Genesis.
A Sega.
Sega Genesis do what Nintendo don't.
Boy.
All right. Okay. So, you all
That was
gather.
actually their slogan.
Oh my god.
It was.
I know. I hate it. I just
90s were wild.
Don't do it. 90s were a wild time. They really were.
Hey,
So,
anyways.
as the group puts their stuff together, prepares for their travel, Lynacs straps his new shield onto his new metal arm that is now shiny. He's kind of quite comfortable with it. He occasionally will like try to pick up a clay cup or something with it and squeeze a little hard and it'll break. He's still getting used to it a little bit. But he does seem much more comfortable with it. You all load onto your cart, now freshly
Lynacs.
disguised. What?
Whatever happened to that cart that we left with you guys?
Oh, it's
Back in Imperium hands now, I'm guessing?
I'm
Oh, yeah.
guessing it wasn't there when I left.
Hmm.
Darn, that thing was handy.
It was. May have been how they found us as well. I probably could have thought twice about bringing Imperium property into the camp, but you know,
Makes sense.
some mistakes you don't make twice.
Yeah,
And you all
sounds
kind
like-
of, yeah, you load up onto the cart and get your two horses strapped up to it. Are you riding on the cart, Stanislav, or next to the cart?
I'll be the driver of the cart.
Okay, so you get your horse attached to it, and I believe you had one other traveling horse that is still alive. You just left behind.
But we'll
Yeah, 'cause
bridle them
the-
both up.
Yeah, the horses, Mantuka's horse couldn't make it on the beach path or the cliff path, so you guys left it at the front, and it was alive when you got back. So you hitched the two horses
Take it
up.
off a cliff.
They're about the same size, and you managed to get pulling the cart, and you make your way southward down through Southwatch, the first set of gates as you pass the keep. Gregory, see the guard you helped dig the latrines and the trenches with, kind of wave as you pass. And you just continue your way down this kind of weaving hill. It's quite steep too. It's quite from the top of Southwatch to the bottom where you enter the Imperium is a pretty steady decline. And you kind of just head down this thing, controlling the cart slowly as you do, make your way to the southern gates, which are closed as usual. They're always closed. They're never left open. They just open and close them as needed, and they generally a little stricter on people coming in there, and they are coming out. So while you're like making your way there, the couple of the guys, are you making some travel in the Imperium, eh? Be careful.
Yeah.
There's brought some untoward individuals out. Watch yourself.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Open it up. He kind of yells out, and the gates begin just creaking open down the
As
middle.
the gate's opening, I'm gonna cast non-detection on myself, do another little yoga move, and
Yep.
now for 8 hours I can't be detected by divinity.
Sounds good. You guys urge the horses forward, Stanislav, and just start weaving down that slow, winding road out of Southwatch towards the Incendus mountain range. Just as the sun is really starting to creep over the crest, kind of creating this jagged silhouette across the sunlight, and it appears that the party has finally returned to the Imperium where we started our journey. That will be where we end things for today. It was a bit of a heavy RP session. We'll see what comes up next week. We got some investigating to do. We got some planning to do. It's gonna be
It
good.
just
times.
looks like Stanislav is like jockeying the horses. He's just mentally telling Akesh what to do and hoping the other horse follows.
Yeah, it
Worked
seems
out in the
other
past.
the other horse is just following in line at
Yep.
this point.
It is Akesh, by the way. He's just dark brown this time.
Yeah.
Feed him an apple, scratch
Got
his
his
neck.
hair did.
Right. Let's find someone to raid out on. Who's doing stuff today?
That was fun, Rusty.
That was a good little thing.
Yeah.
If you
And
killed my tiefling daddy,
You guys look at
swear to
Stanislav,
God.
by the way, he's visibly nervous.
Oh,
Oh no.
Danny!
Alright guys, we're gonna send you over to 20 Sides to Every Story. Another D&D streamer who've been around for a while. Haven't had a chance to raid them in a minute, so we're gonna shoot our way on over there. Be sure to show some love from us over here at the Apothecary. We love you guys. Hells, you got anything coming down the pipes you want to tell the people about? When's your next stream?
Yeah.
What you doing?
Just follow Hell's Corp and go to my YouTube for
And hellscorp.square.site.
hellscorp.square.site. Go there as well so you can buy stuff and things.
There you go.
Yeah, slap me, baby.
Everyone go there. You can drop a follow. He's a lovely player. Super fun to have at the table. Go show some love. Hell of a streamer. We're going to shoot you over to 20 Sides now. See you guys. I've been Rusty. These have been the Cross Country Compatriots and my friends. And we'll see y'all next week for probably the last little game before I take a break while I'm dealing with moving.
I
Bye!
haven't slept
Oh,
in
yes.
21 hours.
Sleep, you dumbass. Bye.
Woo!